His father, Jory Hall, worked for 23 years at Blizzard.
I had no idea.
People have been throwing around the accusation that he got his job due to nepotism.
It's just funny because he's not even good at his job.
And we've been working on that for about 6 months.
I'm pretty sure that guy's using a fake voice.
He became one of the most influential people of 2022 and even won an award.
Rising Star? Is this guy like an actual industry plant?
They were going to put Pirate Software in their game. Upon hearing this, Pirate Software DMCA'd the entire game.
He f***ing put false strikes out there. What a baby.
He was behaving somewhat patronizing towards other streamers like Lakari, who at the time was new to World of Warcraft, for not being as good as him.
I didn't even know that. You're telling me that Pirate was being a dick to a bad player at a game that he was not very good at?
It is irrelevant to increase performance on a game that runs on a smart fridge.
The game wasn't solely running on the fridge, it was piggybacking off a Raspberry Pi and a laptop.
How many times can this guy get caught being so inauthentic? This video actually makes me hate Pirate Software. Alright, Sussy Bacchus. This video just looks interesting. That's it. I have nothing else to really say. It's from Royalty is here. He usually makes good stuff. And I've never watched all the Pirate Software stuff. Like, I've seen fragmented this and that, but let's see if we can learn anything new. And frankly, this is just a fun goon. It's fun gooning to Pirate Software's controversy. I'm just being real with you. So we're going to be dirty dogs, and we're going to check it out. That's it, baby. So let's watch this. It's called The Controversies of Pirate Software. Ooh.
So Pirate Software, or Jason Thor Hall, is probably someone that needs no introduction whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but my dad worked for Blizzard for 500 years. And I'm the first multi-generational Blizzard employee. The first hacker, Blizzard hacker. I also write code, my own code. And when I say that, I mean I make code I made it myself. I'm the only one who does this type of coding. Except for people who just started coding, of course, but I'm the only professional coder who's sold a game before that hasn't come out yet. That codes as poorly as I do. Also, I love ferrets. They don't deserve any hate, guys. They're very beautiful animals. I love ferrets. I love them. I love ferrets so much.
Whatsoever, but with my usual shtick, I'm going to assume you're fresh out of spawn and hold relatively low intelligence stats. I probably don't need to assume the latter part, but Pirate Software is someone that seemingly appeared out of nowhere around 2022, where for some reason
I see so many of his clips like viral. It's weird.
YouTube Shorts were serving up his content like it was the only thing on the dollar menu, and basically brute forcing people's shorts with his content. And around that time, I wasn't very angry
You think that he uses hacking skills to get that to happen?
about it. Thor's short-form content was clips from his Twitch streams and was an amalgamation of cybersecurity, general tech information, random facts, and his experience with being a game developer and constantly trying to encourage his viewers to pick up and start making their own games. Even if they didn't have all the knowledge, starting was the most important thing he emphasized.
But the first thing is, what skills do you need? None.
Well, here's what skills you need. First thing you need to do if you want to be a successful game designer, you need to find a good filter for your voice, so that when you talk to people, they're like, "Wow, you sound like an adult."
You don't need to know anything. You could be bad at everything, and it's totally fine. So let's go into a few of these.
Although in
What a beautifully honest man, you know?
most of said content, he would look for any reason to bring up MS Paint, and I'm pretty sure 90% of his content
Based MS Paint.
involves it, and I'm almost certain he would use it in any context imaginable off-stream, but I liked Pirate Software's content. It was generally interesting. You could actually learn a lot of things mostly from his short videos. Probably the most useful thing I learned was some hotkeys, like if you want to be flashbanged with PTSD for anyone that has ever worked an office job or attended any online interview, just simply press Ctrl-Alt-Shift-Windows-T and you'll probably experience your dopamine levels slowly
I don't know what that means. I'm not going to do it though because I'm not cringe.
dissipate. But that was how Pirate Software entered my radar,
fast.
and it's a common experience of many, probably because once again this content was forced down many's throats for some unknown
That's a good I mean, like, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I really don't understand why we saw so much, why we got so much. I really don't understand why I would constantly see so much Pirate Software content. I'm not gonna lie. I would see it constantly on my YouTube and Twitch. You think he did something You think he was like an elite hacker or something?
Reason, but either from his tone of voice, the way he spoke, or maybe from the things he spoke about, a lot of people liked both him and his content quite a lot, and he gained quite a large audience in such a short time because of it. However, from this year alone and through multiple events, it seems as if the positive acclamations for Pirate Software...
Man, Pirate Software loses 100,000 YouTube subscribers amid Stop Killing Games backlash. Jesus Christ, what a stupid fuck.
Have somewhat ceased and been replaced with the complete opposite, which is people expressing how much they detest this creator, from their content to opinion to just the way they conduct themselves. And all around, people are very skeptical of him now. You even have people like Billy Mitchell commenting on this, the guy from...
Didn't he just beat Carl Jobst or something in a lawsuit? Something like that happened, no?
Regular show. And he recently beat Carl Jobst in court or something. You also have the creator of Minecraft commenting on this, Notch.
Isn't that guy like a weird guy? Like a very weird dude?
Weirdly enough, you have people praising him for the negative effect he had.
I think he gamed the algorithm either by botting it or something, since it's early YouTube short time, so less stuff could be called out. You think that's true?
And on a specific movement, because ultimately
I wouldn't doubt it. He's a hacker. He might have sent phishing emails to YouTube or something.
Pushed said movement into the limelight, allowing it to be more well known and moved forward. But Pirate right now is the fleshlight of hate for the internet, so to speak. With titles such as...
Yeah, I'm surprised this one is so popular, honestly. I'm surprised people are like gooning so hard on this guy. Because, like, you know, I mean, it's fun. It's fun, but it's just like, you know, I'm honestly shocked. Because I really am shocked that people are like this interested in it.
His Nepo Baby industry plant.
He abused embed trick. Does you think that's true? I have no idea how any of it works. I don't put anything in the details of my stuff. So
faking his voice, narcissist.
Yeah.
Manipulator.
Actually, his voice is all real. He had he had a third puberty when he was 40 years old. So this is where he got his other voice from.
Fraud, and unfortunately some labeling him the latest addition to the lol cows of the internet.
A little bit. You know what though? I wonder if for this guy, because he seemed to blow up and really quickly. And one of the issues with blowing up quickly is you don't really learn the landscape as well, right? So I mean, I wonder if a lot of this just has to do with that, because he's been in controversy after controversy, and like usually what you'll try to do is you're like, oh, oopsie poopsies, I'm getting cucked with a different controversy. You know, maybe I should try to, maybe I should kind of like figure out a way to slow my roll a little bit and not piss people off. Because he really pissed people off with the Stop Killing Games. I mean, everything that he's done is he's just constant dumb shit. But like the Stop Killing Games thing, I think really, I mean that really offended gamers. And I think the craziest thing about this, the craziest thing about seeing Pirate Software Stop Killing Games coverage was that it was so unnecessarily rude and unproductive. It wasn't like, if you watch the video, because I watched the video with like Ross made, and you see like he's so nasty about it. It wasn't even like a respectful disagreement. It wasn't like, oh, I disagree with this. I think it would be bad for the gaming landscape, which I disagree with. But it was like nasty. It was rude. And it's like fundamentally people just want to own the games they buy. Like, wow, holy moly. What? Are you serious? You really want to own the games you buy? And it's like, why not be respectful of that? You know, people should be able to own the single player games they buy at the very least. What?
On top of a lot of supporters no longer watching his content.
Damn.
And in my opinion, some of those titles and react.
Well, part of it too is like, I think, what did he ban like 50,000 people? That might have been more than he actually banned. Somebody commented that, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that's true. But if he banned so many people, I mean, do you think maybe that's one of the reasons why people stop watching? Because they would like say something and they would get instantly banned?
Actions are not completely unfounded. But it is something I wanted to talk about today, partially due to watching his content in the past, and watching this whole situation unravel, with the concerning fact most of this hate started from a game that most players still roam the servers of, probably around this time qualify for a senior discount of some sort, which is World of Warcraft, and a lot of these controversies...
Whoa, dude, it was the... What do you mean, he said World of Warcraft. But like... What? He showed fucking Wrath of the Lich King expansion when this was clearly classic WoW, you fucking nerd.
Could have easily been parried by either taking responsibility for your own actions or simply admitting when you are wrong. But first,
bro, all he had to say was like, dude, listen, he called a run, and I ran too fast. And you know what? I should have helped people out, but I was so burnt out. I was so burnt out that I said, "Fuck it, dude. I'm fucking out of here, bitch." You know, imagine he said something cool like that. Like he was a cool guy, and he actually like was. You know what I mean? Like maybe people, but like that's what it was. He doesn't know how to play a mage very well. Like he plays a mage like an amateur. You know, it's like 60,000 years old that he supposedly used to fucking, you know, mod for whatever. You know. Because you pick a mage in your group so that they have utility. So in case something goes wrong, you have a mage that has multiple slows. It has like something that you could sheep an enemy, turns them into a sheep so they can't attack you. What the fuck? You can root enemies. It's like, why else? That's why you take a mage. And when he's like, "Oh, run," and you're like, "Okay, bye." Not really what you're supposed to do. You're like, "Okay, let's try to get you guys out of here." You're supposed to use downranked abilities of your abilities. So like if you have a Frost Nova that roots everything in place, you don't use rank 7. You use rank 1. I don't know how many ranks there are, but use rank 1. It does the same thing. It does less damage. It doesn't matter. You're not doing it for damage. You're doing it to root things in place. You know, if you're using Blizzard, use rank 1. That's the whole point. You're supposed to use rank 1. That's the whole point.
who is Pirate Software?
But he doesn't know how to play, but he acts like this badass. And then he got they kicked him. And then they kicked him from the group. They kicked him from the guild because like, who wants to play with somebody who can't be like, "Oh yeah, I did fuck up, I won't do it again." You know what I mean? It's like, well, you fuck up, you get a bunch of people in a hardcore server to die. That sucks. Or you're at least a contributor to it. You're a contributor to it. But like, if you can't own your shit, then like, why the fuck would anybody want to? Why would anybody give a shit about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do it again. So.
Wow.
It's just cringe.
There. Would you like to sign my petition? Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively people not to.
Pirate
He's so mean.
Software was born on July 17th, 1987.
Whoa. Is he only 3 years older than me? I was born in 1999. That's crazy. Chat, how old am I?
Making him currently in his late 30s. His father, Jory Hall, is a legend in gaming who worked for 23 years at Blizzard.
Wait, are you telling me Thor's dad used to work for fucking Blizzard?
I had no idea.
Even before it went by the name Blizzard and was just 10 dudes in an office.
Damn.
And throughout his years at Blizzard, he mainly worked in the field of 3D creation, cinematics, and video production. And at the height of his career in Blizzard was a senior project manager. But he's more well known for helping with the South Park episode Make Love Not Warcraft, airing when most of you were a waste of space in your
Oh my god, he did that one? That's so epic. Pogger.
father's testicles, and he was in fact the inspiration for the main antagonist of the episode, which was essentially Asmongold if his diet of cockroaches and $2 steaks slowed down his metabolism. He's also immortalized in StarCraft as a structure is named after him, called the Jory's Bar, but of course none of you would know that, because who the f*** could want to touch StarCraft in the modern day and age? You will get finger-fucked by the least sweatiest players, who treat their keyboard like they're constantly in a Resident Evil QuickTime event, but Thor's dad...
Yeah man, they can't be playing that shit anymore. I was never good at RTSs. I always liked the MOBAs. Like where you just control one character. Too much. I can't do too much macro management. It's crazy as fuck. Some of these people are fucking correct.
Dad was very influential at Blizzard, to the point where he was able to get Pirate a job there as a QA tester in 2004 at around the age of 17. The job of a QA tester is to find bugs or glitches with a product. Like in the game development area, it usually involves running into a wall 1,000 times to see if you can phase through it or break the game. It's a very tedious job and probably requires a...
Ah, right. That's basically like when he used to be a uber elite hacker for Enron or something. That's pretty much what you do.
Prozac prescription just to be good at it. But this is the only role Pirate Software admits he got down to nepotism.
My first job, I got through
I mean, everything is nepotism, no? What?
nepotism, 100%. My dad worked at Blizzard for 23 years.
Yeah.
He worked at Blizzard for 23 years, so I got a job there in 2004.
Yeah, you know, I got a nepotism job too. I worked for a bus company. It's not a big deal.
Whether the title of Nepo Baby...
I mean, everything is going to be nepotism, right? I mean, your entire online space career.
He would be used against him in recent months. regarding his later roles at Blizzard. But in this time frame,
of course you got all those because of nepotism.
Thor would actually leave that role because in his own words, he was quite shit at it.
I was shit at this, and I realized I was shit.
Wow.
So for the next 5 years, I left Blizzard. I did not reapply, and I went and worked on my own. I did freelance.
Upon leaving that role, he started playing Second Life, which is basically the prehistoric version of VR chat, and yes, includes all the common problems found in VR chat.
Complicated.
Right, but I caught you with your red rocket out.
Now his
All right, I want to play this game now. It sounds hot as fuck, dude.
His past on Second Life is a topic of contention as he was previously known under the name Maldivious Fig Tree.
What does that mean?
So I actually weren't into Second Life, which is a 3D Worlds game, if you've never played it before. They have a language in it called Linden's.
You know, it's so interesting because he just apparently he admitted that he was terrible at his job at World of Warcraft. He's terrible at coding. We know that for a fact. He's not particularly good at WoW in and of itself. Like, I mean, come on. This guy's whole life is nepotism. There are people who work 10 times harder than this guy that are actually like functioning, like that do like 1,000,000 times worse than him, just because they happen to, like, just because they weren't born to apparently South Park fat guy inspired dad. That's crazy to me.
Scripting language.
And was said to be making $10,000 a month from an in-game business.
That's what he said, yeah.
Creating avatars within Second Life,
Whoa.
the majority being fairy avatars. He also had his...
That was, fur. I thought he said fairy. I was going to say furry, but he's just English or something. Yep, he loves the furries, man. He jacks off to them.
his own persona at the time, which was like a ferret or something.
Maldivious Fig Tree. This is the character that everyone's talking about. You'll actually see this posted all over the internet with people trying to use it as some kind of a gotcha against me. We were one of like the top 3 avatar creators at the time. The 2 of us made about $5,000 to $10,000 US every month doing this. They did.
I just hate myself for even knowing any of this lore now. What the fuck is happening on the screen? You think Pirate Software would jerk off to this? I don't know. I would. Cut that. You don't have to cut that. But anyway, when did he do this? When was this his main job, to make avatars?
Did all the
Because he said it was after his time at Blizzard, right? So like, why? How would you be able to be like, yeah, let me quit and start making fucking Gooner models for Second Life
models, and I did all the programming in LSL. This is part of me being a freelancer back in the day before my career really took off.
But there were a
Yeah, and it had nothing to do with my dad.
number of things levied against Pirate Software from his past on Second Life that have seemingly been dragged up in recent months. Like with his online business revolving around Second Life, he allegedly fired one of his employees because they were lazy and earning too much money, and after removing them,
what a dick,
continued to sell their avatars, along with the allegation that Thor had weird interactions with this person at the time when they were 16, and
whoa, wait, what? They had weird interactions. What that means?
Allegation.
Things like this is why she's gone. Dang, business is a gangster. Read what I just put in. She's underage, so I've reported her. I know this because I met her IRL, and she lives 2 hours from me. So what happened? Wait, what the fuck?
That Thor had weird interactions with this person at the time when they were 16, and
well, it looks, from what I'm reading, it looks like he was interested in this person, and then he met up with them, and then he found out they were 16, so he got rid of them. So, I mean, it doesn't really sound like he was trying to be a creep.
Met up in real life at one point. But Thor and Wingless Emoto, the
oh, hi, I'm back from vacation. The house is apparently sitting on fire. Apparently, some people ripped off an underage 16-year-old artist. The artist went to by Wingless Emoto at the time and is now known, blah, 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 blah. They were 17, and I was 19 when all this went down. Oh, who gives a fuck? How long ago was this? Holy shit. Well, I don't care at all.
The supposed victim have made statements saying they are both still friends, and the majority
Whoa. I mean, they're 2 years younger. I don't give a fuck.
of things said is
What the fuck is this?
misinformation. There is no bad blood between them, no misconduct or weird activities, along with the clarification they were not selling NSFW avatars, and this person that is
Why? Why wouldn't you? Sell Gooner models, dude.
supposedly their victim regularly comes out to Thor's defense.
Meme face on Twitter. They were 17 and I was 19 when all of this went down, and no, we never did anything sexual together.
Who cares, dude? Fuck her. That was a little crazy.
made avatars in Second Life, and our work was really popular. We had a falling out over pay splits, and Wingless open sourced our work. Wingless wanted 80-20. Our agreement was 50-50. When I said no, Wingless took all of our stuff, sent it out to the entire world with full permissions. They never got fired. They quit on their own and did this on the way out. That's it. This is 20-year-old drama. Mame and I made up 4 to 5 years later. We've been best friends ever since. You can actually reach out to them to confirm any of this. We'd been talking about them coming on.
But once again, with some of the recent events surrounding Thorn...
I never even heard about this, but I also don't really care. It doesn't seem like it's relevant at all. When he was... I don't care if they did flirt or whatever. Who gives a shit, you know? Like, what?
These allegations are constantly being brought up and perpetuated, some labeling it as completely true, along with the
What's true? Who would care if it's true? You know?
Allegations. He takes down any videos that talk about his past, but many of these videos are taken down due to violations of terms and policies, so you can't really prove it was him. But if this video gets...
I mean, if he was trying to get rid of it, you know, I guess you could consider that some kind of abuse of power, but... I don't care, so this whole thing just seems like, it seems like unnecessary drama.
Taken down, it would be pretty funny. But from what he says about this time in his life, he talks about learning a lot from this game, like scripting from creating his own games within it.
I bet, and he never forgot it. He never advanced it.
And things like texturing from the avatars he created.
And I made games in there. I learned how to do 3D modeling, I learned how to do texture work, I learned how to do scripting, I learned how to, like, engage with people that were playing my games. I learned how to do network model stuff. I learned how to do server-related stuff. I did this for 5 whole years.
But after 5 years and hopefully paying taxes on the $10K a month he was earning...
Well, I would hope so, yeah.
He returned to Blizzard in 2009 as a QA analyst, and he worked there till 2016, working in a number of roles.
Guys, I'm being pirate software right now. Look at this. I'm gonna rub its cock. Come here. I'm gonna jack you off, you little bastard. I'm gonna jack you off. Come here. I'm jacking you off right now, you little fucking furry fucker. Jacking it off. Wow, what a fun game. Pirate! This is turn you on, dude? Dude, we need to get more things to jack off.
In the cybersecurity related fields and some areas in...
Guys, I'm only rubbing my cat Pirate Booty. That's what I named the cat. As part of the game, I'm not actually getting sexually aroused right now, okay? You guys have to relax with that. I will ban you from the chat. I will ban you from the chat.
Involving the games of Blizzard itself.
Then I came back to Blizzard in 2009, and I applied. Not having his help in any way, I got the job. Nobody knew that he was my dad until 2013.
Whoa! I'm not going to believe any of this. I will never believe that he didn't get help getting back into Blizzard. What the fuck? Get this ugly bitch out of here.
When I was leaving QA and joining Battle.net as the lead of application security. And they found out then, which was quite funny. So, like, I didn't want...
It's so funny, dude. I'm fucking cumming my pants over it. Bro, nobody believes that you didn't get any help going back. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
The nepotism boost. It made me feel very bad. It made me feel really, really gross.
Guys, I did not get a nepotism, okay? Please stop saying that it was nepotism that got me the job. It obviously wasn't. My dad did not. It did not matter. I'm not going to ever believe that. It seems like your entire career is uninspiring.
Even at that young age.
All of which he will not let you forget about. He mentions it a lot. It is his #1 NPC dialogue greeting.
I was watching a video that was critiquing you for mentioning you work at Blizzard so much. I literally never talk about it. So I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
I saw this. It's like a fucking 3-minute compilation of him talking about it all the time. It's funny.
How rough the working conditions were at Blizzard. So when I worked at Blizzard, I had to do a session sharing task. When I first started at Blizzard, do you want to know why we had 2 years of overtime in StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty?
And people have been throwing around the accusation that he got his job he speaks about quite frequently due to nepotism.
Yeah, of course. I did too, bro. I worked at a bus company because my uncle got me the job. Like, it is what it is. I just, like, it's so annoying because, like, a pirate, it's not even the smugness. He's just inauthentic. Just be a smug dick and be honest about it. You think I give a fuck? Okay. I feel like, I'm probably a little smug sometimes. I'm just honest about it. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Like, who gives a shit? It's just weird. You can't act smug and then tell people you're not smug. You know what I mean? Like, you can't act. You just can't. Just be a normal dude. Just be normal. Be a smug fucking prick and then tell people you're being a smug prick. It's chill, bro. We vibbing. We hitting a vibe, dude.
Once again, which he refutes and says he got on his own merit.
And then when you suck at a game and you fucking wipe your group, be like,
hey, I don't give a fuck, dude. You know? I don't care. I literally do not care. All right? I'm aura farming right now.
You know, say something cringe. Fucking gives a shit. I'm getting my ass plastered. Holy fuck. Imagine my dad worked at Blizzard.
But some question how he would have got that job if his experience before that was an internship and 5 years of independent study listed on his LinkedIn, but there was quite a gap in his employment, no further qualifications listed, and no other work experience.
Damn.
Some say it would have been difficult to get that job with the qualifications and job experience listed, but
Probably.
not impossible. But to give him the benefit of the doubt, maybe he hasn't listed all his credentials.
It's just funny because he's not even good at he's not even good at his job. He sucks at everything, it seems like. So it's like there's like definitely nepotism that got him any of these fucking jobs, dude. It's crazy.
And education on his LinkedIn, and that's assuming he didn't use his LinkedIn like an actual social media page,
Whoa.
like some psychopaths out there who use it like Facebook or Instagram.
Why the fuck
probably
am I playing this
intimately
guy?
finger their prostate to the notification of people viewing their LinkedIn profile. But anyway, Thor maybe showed them some
I don't wanna hit
experience
that.
from when he was independently learning alongside his Second Life job, and hopefully in said portfolio he wasn't lying about the avatars being safe for work, and he wasn't showing
Shit, I would lie about it too, though. If I'm trying to get a job, I'd be like, shit, I was not selling Gunnar material. That I would never sell Gunnar material. That's disgusting. How disgusting? That's what I would say. I wouldn't mean it, but I would say it because I don't give a fuck. I'm always lying on my job application. If I have to lie on it, if I'm only okay, just be clear. I'm only lying if I can get away with it. I want you guys to understand that. I'm not always lying. I'm only lying if I feel like I can get away with it. I'm gonna lie on my application because like who gives a fuck? Like you know what I mean? They're gonna lie to you anyway. Oh, this job's great. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Turns out like it's like yeah, you'll get vacation. It's like you get a vacation after like 2 years. You get 1 week. It's like oh, okay, you're gonna lie to me, bitch. I'm gonna fucking lie to you. These motherfuckers, they're gonna lie to you. They're gonna lie to you to get you to get hired. Some fucking one time I worked at a trucking job once for a day. I'm not even fucking kidding, dude. They were like, yeah, it's great. You get paid really well. You know, depending on the season, you might work a lot one day and then less time another day, but you know, it's not so bad. And then like you get in there and it turns out they don't, you're working. My first day was a fucking like 14-hour day and they pay you for 8 hours. Because they pay you by the trip, and it's like you overburdened the fuck out of this trip. This is insane. I am never doing this again. So I left. I left that day. I'm not even gonna stay there. I fucking literally just said I'm not coming back. So I'm gonna lie to you too, bitch.
showing them a folder of Second Life meat curtains, but nobody knows for certain if he actually got this job due to nepotism once again. But Thor went from multiple roles whilst at Blizzard, as said going from a QA tester for platform services to more in-depth cybersecurity roles like senior red team specialist, which in cybersecurity there's things like blue teams and red teams and even purple teams, all for the purpose of finding potential.
I bet he liked that red team though, that red rocket. Do ferrets have red penises? Do ferrets have red penises, chat? I don't know. The joke is he likes furry porn. He likes jacking off to the idea of being a furry. And by the way, whatever, man. You know, whatever gets you going, I guess. But God bless you.
So security risks or vulnerabilities, and with a blue team actively defending against an attack. There's a bit of temporary cybersecurity knowledge for that 4GB RAM stick in your head. But once again, a lot of the experiences that Thor advertises in his short-form content, a lot of people, due to recent events, are very skeptical of these things he's advertised.
Yeah, the recent events being he's not good at anything.
Saying he has 20 years of game development experience, and saying he has worked on some of the games at Blizzard.
I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. I worked on everything from World of Warcraft Vanilla all the way to Overwatch. I didn't work on Burning Crusade. That was the only thing I didn't work on.
When none of this is actually described
Is that why it was good?
in his credentials, let alone not a role listed to correspond to this, except for testing or from QA. But no actual game developer role is listed from his time at Blizzard. And some people have even gone so far as to question his way of coding if he was a game developer for this long, which caused its...
Bro, you know what was cool? Coding Jesus came into the stream the other day. He's like, what up, dude? I used to be a fan, and I hate you. No, he said that he forgot to re-up his subscription. His debit card went wrong. So I'm going to choose to believe that, and I'm not going to choose to believe that he found me boring and stopped watching, because copium on high. But anyway, he's cool. I liked his video. It was really good.
Own kerfuffle, and something we'll be talking about later. Additionally, people question his cybersecurity knowledge and experience, as one of the primary accolades under his name was he is a hackerman from his experience at Blizzard, having the job of hacking into power plants, which he can't go too much into because he's under an NDA.
An actual hacker. Like, not
Yeah, I'm an actual hacker.
like I'm a hacker type. No, you're an actual hacker. You've won.
Like an actual hacker.
Yeah,
my last job was hacking power plants for the federal government. I worked for the United States Department of Energy.
And from a lot of the
Damn, maybe that's why they've been shutting down nuclear power plants, because they knew they were so vulnerable because the hackers sucked.
stories he speaks about on his streams. He also supports these skills by talking about his DEF CON badges, which you get by being the first to complete the DEF CON puzzles at the very well-known cybersecurity and IT event.
So DEF CON 24.
What, dude? This guy's name is Joshua in this game. This fucking Kingdom farts. This game sucks. Joshua looks like a bad Yu-Gi-Oh character.
4. I had just won DEF CON 23, so I was on my team at the time, which was Council of 9. And
Why does everybody look like me? Kind of. Like a different iteration of me. It's very strange to me.
It was that time I was like, hey, I'm going to be the social engineer this year. I don't want to like crack crypto the whole time because I was the big cannon at the back just solving puzzles.
Yeah,
right?
But Thor completed these in teams, not just by himself. And by his own mouth, supposedly they even used his team's solution for one of the years at DEF CON on one of my favorite shows, Mr. Robot.
She's trolling me.
But Thor actually doesn't really like Mr. Robot because of this, because they used a part of the cipher excluding the Game Master's credit tag, and because the plain text version of the cipher is the person's phone number, who apparently received a lot of calls due to it appearing on the show.
But I don't like Mr. Robot. I'm just gonna...
Why?
Just gonna leave it at that. I don't like Mr. Robot. I don't like Mr. Robot because they took some information that they should not have taken.
Oh, God.
From a write-up that I did.
It was in the write-up. He was talking about how much he likes furry porn. I don't know.
On some puzzles that I solved at DEF CON, and then they put them into an episode of the show. And the only source for that knowledge was my write-up.
Wow. That's so crazy.
Don't do that. You're bad, Mr. Robot.
I have no idea why he cares about this. This seems such an uninteresting thing to care about.
You'll always be better. Always. Yeah. Do you want to know what the solution
for
that was?
Look at this guy.
Do you want to know what one of the solutions for that was? It was the Puzzle Master's personal cell phone number.
Wow.
To which he got thousands of calls.
But the problem with this is a lot of teams published their solutions that year, not just their team, and they didn't even win that year. And the cipher and puzzle for that year is still available online, meaning their phone number is still there. It's not like they dragged this up from the depths of the internet. Thor links the solution to the problem under the Mr. Robot tweet, which advertises the guy's phone number, which is counterproductive for one of the reasons he hated it, and the guy that made it and whose phone number was used didn't mind they used it and even later became a part of the Mr. Robot team. But Pirate made 2 shorts condemning the show, but when called out for this, he supposedly banned one of the people commenting and hasn't responded to the criticism regarding it.
Why is he always banning people, bro? It's fucking crazy. Guy's very ban happy.
Yeah, this is a common trend for Thor, which is partially the reason why some people dislike him. He doesn't react to the criticism of his own actions very well, and his usual response is to double or even triple down, and usually not accept responsibility, and quite often chooses to die on that hill. All of which you will see.
Well, he probably just got used to doing shit like that. Like, he would just confidently be wrong, and people would just be like, yeah, he's cool. He, dad worked at Blizzard, but no nepotism there. And epic hacker, coder man, also did not make slutty VR models at all. By the way, why wouldn't you? I would. What the fuck? I'm making big titty models, and what is he? Second Life. I'm making huge tits. I'm making big tits, and I'm selling them. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you do that? You fucking cringe lame person.
See more of later, but a lot of people, especially due to recent events, are skeptical of his past in general. But moving on, in 2016 he left his job at Blizzard, and whilst working for other companies started making his own games, which was when he started going under the name Pirate Software, which is also the name of his game development company. He made a game called Champions of Breakfast and started a Kickstarter for a game called Heartbound, which was fully fulfilled in less than a few days and was greenlit on Steam at #1. There's even a clip of him in 2017 speaking about the game, and yeah, his voice sounds very different.
And the other one is Heartbound, which is a more story-driven RPG. And we've been working on that for about 6 months. We put it up on Steam Greenlight. It got rank 1, so it was massive success. And then we put it up on Kickstarter, and it got funded in 24 hours, and then ended up with 400% funding. So people really, really like the game.
Guys, I'm pretty sure that guy's using a fake voice. Unlike mine. My voice is real. That guy's using a fake voice. I've never heard that. That's insane. That was the first time I've heard that voice before. He's definitely using a fake voice. Let me actually explain something to you.
Bro, I swear to God, that guy's using a fake voice. Like, I still to this day suck my stomach in all the time. I grew up, I was really here. I'll actually show you guys. I'm not even kidding. I grew up fat. I don't know if you guys knew that. Right? And I was really self-conscious. So I used to suck my stomach in all the time. I'm going to show you right now, and I still do it to this day out of habit. It's just how I do it now, but I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is me right now. That's me. That's what I actually look like. But I just like passively suck in because I'm so self-conscious. You guys ready? Right? You see that? Here we go. Like normal.
Hey guys, my dad works for Blizzard.
You know what I mean? It's like the two different. It's the same thing. That's me. I'm Papa Gut.
Hey guys, I really love jerking off to furry porn.
You know, it's the same thing. So that's what Pirate Software is doing. I'm fucking convinced of it. And I'm telling you right now, I could do it all day. I walk around all day. Like this. Just like this, dude. With it sucked in. Huge abs, dude. Huge abdominals, dude. So, that's what fucking... dude, Pirate Software is totally faking his voice. Fuck this. It is a core workout. I have like a bigger... I mean, I'm fat, but I have a bigger, like, core because I'm always sucking it in. So, like... It's weird, but like that's what Pirate Software is doing. That's what I think, at least. That's what I think. I think this motherfucker is faking it. I think he's fucking faking it, but he's a motherfucking faker, dude. But he's not as good as Faker. Because Faker's the GOAT, dude. Faker do be the GOAT. He do be the GOAT.
Heartbound is a game a lot like Undertale, and Thor admits the reason it got so popular was down to Jacksepticeye recording a video showing the game.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing Heartbound. I knew that. Maybe I can make the game real popular.
Thor initially started streaming on YouTube to show the progress of making this game, as sort of proves to the people that funded the game that he wasn't just going to run away with their money.
No. For me, making a channel actually came out of us.
For me, making the channel, it just comes down to I went through puberty again, and I realized what I want. I finally grew up by going through a second puberty, which, by the way, that's why my voice is like this. I had a second puberty, and the testosterone hit me. I decided I'm grown up now. I'm all grown up now, and I'm gonna do a video game. It's time for me to grow up. So,
it's building a game studio. So my idea was I was working in AAA. I wanted to go make games. So I went and started making an indie game called Heartbound, and we did a Kickstarter. It got 385% funded. Thing exploded, right? And I had seen so many other Kickstarters where they like ran away with the money and people were really upset about it, and I wanted to be really transparent with that process. So I started streaming the development.
But this game has its own controversy, as people are beginning to question if the game will ever get fully released, due to the fact it's been in development since 2015 and was said to be fully released in 2019, with the promise of monthly updates and parts being released on certain dates, which both haven't been kept true.
Monthly update process probably is going to fix that sort of like narrative on that, because it's not correct.
Yeah.
So we're just going to release a new update every month.
Okay.
So you're not going back to game.
When we watched that other video, the guy was showing us that like they would update it, and the updates were like minor things sometimes, like text, it's like dumb text shit. It was just so stupid.
Tell me you didn't listen to the last entire hour without telling me you didn't listen to the last entire hour.
Updates being continuously pushed back. But due to this game, Pirate Software has been streaming since and showing the progress of the game and playing other games, where he slowly developed an audience due to how entertaining he was.
You know what's funny? Like, listening to that, he probably just like he probably wanted to be like, I don't even know how he would rectify this, but he probably he was like, oh, I want to do this, blah 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 blah, and then he got popular. He probably wanted to be like a game programmer or whatever bullshit, and then he got popular streaming, and he's like, oh, I actually really like this. I enjoy doing this, and now he just doesn't know what to do. So he just like does bullshit updates to his fucking game, and he just doesn't know what to do anymore. I think that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is, and he just doesn't know how to get out of it, though. I wouldn't doubt that. And I could kind of like, I feel you on that, man. But again, if you were an honest person, you could probably just be like, guys, listen, I'm gonna be fucking real with you. I know I made like a lot from this game. You know what? Actually, fuck that. You just finished the game. You just finished. Listen, guys, I'm gonna try to finish this game, but it's not like my passion. I really enjoy, streaming with you guys more. So, like, I'm going to finish this game and I'm just going to stick to streaming. I think that could be perfectly fun. Hey, somebody said that there's apparently a record of him faking hype trains. How do you have that? Show me that. Shove that into my anus. But, like, dude, fucking hire somebody. Hire somebody to finish your game and just be honest about it. Be like, yeah, man, I'm having other people finish my game because, like, I am, I just don't want to finish it myself. Like, I'm kind of bored of the game now. I really like streaming with you guys, so I'm going to focus on that. So I'm going to hire someone else to finish the game. Blah, 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 blah. I'll use some of my own money, but you guys can donate too for, fucking Barry Dingle, whoever's going to finish the game.
Either down to his success on YouTube, his game, or Twitch, he became one of the most influential people of 2022 and even won an award in 2024.
Rising Star? Are you fucking serious?
For Best Software and Game Developer Streamer. He also made the great feat of gaining 2 million subscribers in only 6 months.
That's probably all authentic stuff.
Pirate Software at this time was a respected and beloved streamer.
Wait, so like, wait, hold on. I'm not trying to be like that guy, but this guy was like always had a lot of money, right? His dad's rich. We know that for a fact. Okay, great game. I don't know, dude. How authentic is this guy's rise as a content creator? Is this guy like unironically an actual industry plant? Like, did we get fucking debated or something? Like, is this guy a fucking industry plant?
Streamer, which is why it's so surprising that said reputation has done an about 10 in such a small amount of time due to the many controversies he's landed himself in, and made worse by adding kerosene to the fire, which is his way of responding to them, to the point where some no longer fully trust what he says and see him as somewhat egotistical and narcissistic. But what happened?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. He seems like a very inauthentic person. Is he unironically a fucking industry plant? I am kind of like believing this now. I'm like kind of like partially sold on this idea that this guy is like an actual, like some kind of industry plant that like figured out a way to kind of game the system a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And untouched, his team left to die, but Pirate's out sprinting, blinking on the slide.
So the first controversy that Pirate got himself into where people started to seriously judge his character is with the game World of Warcraft, a game where the majority of active players are only
I don't know if you guys know this, my dad worked for Blizzard.
Playing the classic version to relive those nostalgic memories before the game was horribly ruined. But this controversy centers...
Listen, man, I'll tell you, the game still could be good. WoW could still be good. Let me give you a fucking hot take for you. Okay? Let me give you a hot take. Let me give you a little bit of a hot take. Classic WoW was a lot of fun. The best expansion that was ever made for World of Warcraft is, by every objective metric, Legion. Yep, that's right. It was one of the more modern-day WoWs. It did the best job. Legion was the best WoW expansion ever to be released. That's a fact. An uncontested fact, by the way, by me personally. I don't contest that at all. Okay? Classic WoW was cool. It was great. And I love the energy of Classic WoW. I like the way that it brings you down to its tempo and its speed and its pace, and it doesn't make you, have to fucking do a lot of crazy shit. But Legion did a really good job. They added Mythic Plus in Legion. They added, like, in my opinion, a better updated talent tree. like for the time. Talent trees obviously in Classic were cool as hell, but like, you know, you just did like a progress on like your weapon, your magical weapon, your artifact weapon. It was really good. It was cool, and it was like a modern interpretation of a talent tree. And it was a lot of fun. It was honestly a great game. I think it was, you know, personally, like I said, I think it was the best iteration in a long time. And they really just, like, from there on, they just decided to make the game shittier somehow, I guess. They just decided to make it shitty. I think that they really fucked up by not, like, they should have started in Legion, no longer raising levels. I think that was the expansion where the level cap was 100, or am I wrong? They might have actually squished it down. I don't remember. I don't know. But they should have stopped at that point. They should have stopped raising the level cap, and they should have stopped making significant changes. Because then what you get locked into is this whole thing where you're like, okay, we need to make changes next expansion. Okay, well, I guess we're getting rid of artifact weapons. Great, those really cool. Yeah, they're gone now. Like they're gone. The talent trees are gone. We need to do a change for the sake of it. Oh, that sounds boring. That's boring. They could have moved on from there, and they could have started doing like expansion specific gear with some interesting quirks in that expansion without making major changes to the game. Because I think the game was really great while it was. That would have been so much better. Like, okay, you're capped at whatever the level was. I think it was 100. And we're coming out with a new expansion. You can play through that expansion, and like, but the gear that you got from, you know, like, this is how I think that they should have done it. It's like, okay, here's your max level. Let's say it's level 100. Now you can go play into fucking this expansion or this expansion or this expansion, and the gear from those expansions don't help each other necessarily. So you can go and, you know what I mean? Something like that. This is what a waste. You know what I mean? It's just what a fucking waste to me.
It was around hardcore classic WoW and a content creator group within the game called OnlyFangs.
Whoa.
Hardcore WoW is where if you die, you lose everything and have to start all over again, and need to once again grind to max level 60, which takes anywhere from 100 to 400 hours, so you can experience the actual fun part of the game, which is the raids. But if Tyler 1 can do it, anyone can do it. Speaking of Tyler 1, he was also in the guild with streamers like Sodapoppin, Mizkiv, Esfand, and Pirate Software. Sodapoppin was the leader of OnlyFangs, but after getting pummeled by Tyler 1, he had to twinkify himself.
I remember that whole drama. That was so silly.
Once again, and Tyler was made temporary leader of the group when this whole controversy occurred.
I also think hardcore WoW is shit. I don't like. I think it's fine if you like that. I think hardcore WoW sucks. It's not fun. People who think it's fun are lying to you. They're doing it as a silly challenge, but it's not fun. It's not good. The games that like don't let you make risks are boring to me, right? Like, and that's fundamentally, you can't risk. If you make too much of a risk, you'll die. So you have to play like a fucking pussy. I want to be able to make mistakes and do something that could be really cool. You're going to almost completely remove your ability from making like really interesting plays in a game when if you die, you're fucking cucked. I just don't like. I thought it was super fucking boring. That's me personally. You know, I thought it was fucking cringe.
Pirate, before this major controversy, was already causing some friction within the Content Creator Guild, where he was behaving somewhat patronizing and condescending towards other streamers like Lakari, who at the time was new to World of Warcraft, and he was constantly throwing his shit at Lakari in raids for not being as good as him.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Are you telling me that this gets worse? I didn't even know that. You're telling me that Pirate was being a dick to a bad player at a game that he was not very good at? Because that's a fact, by the way. I don't care. If you don't understand that your role as a mage is when things go down, you're supposed to be a utility. You're supposed to be utility to help escort people out of the dungeon. Then you're a bad player. So this guy's a bad player, and he's memeing on a guy who just started WoW and is admittedly a bad player. That's fucking crazy. I had no idea about this. I didn't know that. I thought that he was just a dick that made them fucking, like, he didn't pull all the shit. I thought he was just a dick. Like, I thought that he was just, like, bad at a mage. I didn't know that he was also a condescending prick. This guy, what do they call that? Dunning-Kruger, where you think you're, like, good or smart, but you actually suck penis? This guy sucks penis. What the fuck?
It's too bad I'm the only mage in the party. You're right, Jeff. If only someone else would cast Arcana. If only.
Brother, may I have some oats? Oh, since we have two mages, we could probably poly the ads.
Bro, this guy's new to fucking World of Warcraft and you're bullying? Dude, that's fucking cringe. Especially, like, listen, I'll be fucking real with you. If I'm playing a game that I'm good at and somebody's new and I don't know who they are, I'm going to talk shit about them. Not to them, but about them. I'm going to bitch and moan to the people I'm playing with. You're playing with a dude who's new?
Oh, yeah, if only there was another mage in this group that we could both use. We could both do this.
Say that to him, you fucking idiot. He's a creator. He's just sitting here disrespecting some fucking creator who's admittedly new to a game. I don't know. Isn't that it's fucking shitty? What a loser. What a fucking scumbag loser. Holy fuck.
Wait, we have 2 mages. Oh. Man.
Yeah, I can volley.
Here I've been the only one casting Arcaded. Incredible.
Oh, that's crazy.
At the time, Pirate...
So just say, cast Arcane Intellect is a 30-minute buff, by the way, he's talking about. That, like, you put on people. Just say that. Just be like, yo, bro, can you help me with it? Dude, what a fucking dick. Wait, this video actually makes me hate Pirate Software. He's a scumbag. Dude, he's worse than I thought. This guy's so much worse than I thought. I didn't think he was this much of a dickhead. This guy's a prick. What the fuck? How are you an elitist at WoW, but you suck at the game? That doesn't even make sense to me, dude. That's fucking preposterous. That's fucking... I'm not even like surprised, but like I didn't know this. That's fucking crazy. This kid sucks. Or a grown-ass man sucks. Dude, what a loser. You're playing with somebody else that's like in your guild that's new to a game, and instead of just being a chill dude about it and like teaching him, you're being a fucking prick. Why? What do you get? Like, what do you get off to that? I don't understand that. That's so weird.
Insisted that this was just light ribbing despite the clips that were being posted.
That doesn't sound like light ribbing. Also, Pirate Software is not funny. Fact. Like, if I was doing a light ribbing, it would be funny. I don't care. I'm a fun guy. I'm a funny guy. Pirate Software is not. He's a fucking dickhead. So, fuck that.
But after the whole fallout of this controversy,
what a dick.
Lakari himself would talk about how he did not see it that way.
Because he has like this high and mighty attitude like he's better than you when he's not.
True.
Remember he's like talking down to me in that dungeon in SM? You remember that? Why do you play mage when you don't like support the team and make water and buff people?
That's so ironic. Dude, that is so ironic because that's literally Pirate Software fucking ran away like a coward in that dungeon. And he's shitting on this guy for not playing mage the right way. Dude, Pirate is a piece of dog shit.
Bitch, I'm new. I didn't realize the buff ran out, pussy.
And before the main...
Yeah, there you go. That's a great... Dude, this is what I'm talking about. It's authentic. Yeah, dude, I'm not good at something. Help me. Cool. I like that. I like that self-awareness. Dude, I'm not good at this game. I just started. Like, fucking tell me. Hey, man, can you also do this? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
In situation, he had a similar event before where he ditched his team in a dungeon, running 2 football pitches away, even leaving the party, so it would kick him out the dungeon so he could ensure he was safe. Now, the main event was something similar to this, but I'm going to give you the bare basics of the event. Because as a child, thank God my Acer laptop could not download the free trial of Warcraft, because if that download went through, I think that was a canon event that would have changed my life. But Short Fat Otaku did a good video breaking it down. Essentially, they pulled the boss and other mobs when they were not supposed.
Yeah, somebody else pulled the boss and the mobs, and then he fucking sprinted away instead of playing correctly.
Supposed to, and the raid was somewhat ruined. And if they all stayed there, they would have all died and had to start their characters all over again. So naturally, they all started to run towards the exit. Pirate had the call to run and was already running towards the exit, but at some point the majority of the team turned back to try and fight, because if they kept running with the current aggro they had, they weren't going to make it anyway. But Pirate at this time is still running, and when one of his teammates calls him out on this, he uses the excuse his mana levels are so low that he wouldn't have been able to do anything, which promptly became a meme when regarding this situation.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look at my mana.
Savageable. Come on, man.
Because Pirate was actively using...
Well, I'm pretty sure, first of all, I'm pretty sure he had like mana crystals, people keep saying. But then on top of that, dude, the guy was using like higher level abilities than what he was supposed to use. And like you're supposed to know this if you're good at the game. Like what?
Some visibility.
Like on a mage, you don't even use the max rank of like any of your abilities up for damage. Typically, you'll use like a lower rank. I mean, unless you're trying to burst shit down and you can like rest well, like pretty well between pulls. But for the most part, you're not even using like the same level. You're not even using the highest level for your fucking damaging abilities. so you can be mana efficient. I forget what rank it is, but like everybody's like, it's like a different rank for everybody. So
abilities to get further distance that depleted his mana, and even at one point used the wrong spell which...
What did you just say?
Abilities to get further distance that depleted his... Because Pirate was actively using some of his abilities to get further distance that depleted his mana, and even at...
Well, yeah, he blinked, but dude, he was using a higher level of like fucking like Blizzard. That was his biggest problem.
One point used the wrong spell which used more mana, and shielded himself at some point for some reason. But Pirate also had some items that helped restore his mana, so he could have helped to fight, but he was no longer even in the vicinity to help, and he left the dungeon ahead of all of his teammates. What ends up happening is 2 people end up dying and losing their characters, and they'll be spending 300 to 400 hours in the coal mines, and Pirate almost immediately starts to tell his stream chat why this wasn't his fault, claiming he had run, and he ran like Forrest Gump overdosing on adrenaline, and left his teammates behind even though they were crying for help, which was where he got the nickname Roach.
Ah, well, I knew that, but a good nickname. So, so apparently these is like the leaks where Pirate Software accidentally revealed ZMs during blah 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 Giga Train, showing that they were boosting it themselves.
April 1st Twitch Giga Train showing.
Apparently they were boosting. This is apparently them boosting their own hype train.
That they were boosting it themselves. This is why the stream is unavailable to watch. This is that screenshot.
Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit. ITE, I don't know what that is. ITE. All right, let me know.
So we see here.
Let me know if you do. Bits is going to be the best way to do it, due to the return if you need to save it. Bits rather than T3, tier 3 subs. Tier 3 subs might be better, don't know. Bits is 82% return when you buy them in bulk. Have you bought any yet? I've done 100 I've done 100 tier 1s on my personal, ready to do 40 tier 3 on all. Can do bits instead, or both. Did 50k bits at 20 seconds left. Okay. What is the alt account? Serendipitous Bean. Where's the beef? Didn't mention this to the mods either. Now the challenge is to clear the queue. That is crazy. That is crazy. Are you telling me all the stream numbers are fake? I feel like people who are at the top.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't doubt this, right? This makes sense to me. This sounds like Pirate Software. But this opens up a huge issue. If Pirate Software was literally jacking up his own hype train to artificially make it seem like he was more popular than he actually is, which that apparently is DM proof of, how far does this go? What else was he willing to do? I mean, you're getting force-fed his shorts in the algorithm for like however long. You just started seeing him one day. I just like, what else is inauthentic? I mean, this whole guy oozes inauthenticity. This guy's a fucking loser. Like, there's nothing about this guy that's authentic at all. It's actually pathetic. Like, this guy's boring as shit. Holy fuck.
They called run,
after,
I ran, and I was out of mana. I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude.
I don't know what they're... I don't know. Somebody that knows how to play a fucking mage.
That does not make any sense. They overpulled 2 polls and the boss.
His teammates started to criticize him and ask him why he did what he did, but Pirate just left the conversation.
Yes, literally, just even an ice thrower would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when I had...
You instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
As much
back.
as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
I'm not angry at all.
You overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. You were the shot caller. You called for run. I ran.
I'm not a shot caller.
And I was out of mana.
Actually, I'm a noob, bro.
We're just gonna talk over me? Is that all we're doing?
Dude, this Pirate Software guy's such a bitch. It's so fucking... It's like, it's almost funny, but it's not because he's so pathetic. Dude, this guy sucks. This guy sucks at games. Why do people play with this guy? Like, was it just because it was a coward thing to do, or is it just he's doubling down? Okay, so the real reason people are pissed off about Pirate Software doing what he did when there was that, like, WoW pull is, one, he's a condescending dick that talks down to other players that don't know how to play the game, especially other mages. He was just, like, talking shit about this other dude for not playing a mage well. When the other guy's like, dude, I just started playing. And, like, you know, so he's a dick. So he pretends he plays mage really well. If you play mage really well, you understand that your role in a group as a mage in classic WoW is pure utility. So like you legitimately take a mage for utility. They do good damage, but also to like help you escort people out. You play a mage so that like if shit goes bad, you have multiple tools. You have more tools than like I think any other class to help people get out of like a situation. So like, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, we have a mage to help us mitigate that mistake. Pirate doesn't know how to play the game well. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. That's why that's a huge problem. Like, he uses spells that are like higher ranked that use more mana for absolutely no reason. He doesn't know no idea what he's doing. So he's bad at the game. He's a condescending prick that pretends that he's good at the game. And then like he doubled down. He didn't even admit. He literally could have said like, dude, I bolted out of there because like I just didn't want to die. Sorry, I could have played better. My bad or something. He never took accountability. He just keeps thinking it's because he's smug. He's just full of shit.
Giving you my points.
Okay. You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Cool. You go roll a mage then. See you around.
Now, some people
Wow, what a fucking dick. Holy fuck. Dude, this guy doesn't get enough hate, frankly. Actually, after seeing... Dude, there's so much about this guy I didn't even say. This guy deserves more hate, honestly. This guy deserves more hate, dude. This guy deserves more hate. What the fuck?
People were legitimately mad that he left his team to die, but some of the people that were criticising him did the same thing some time later, which was with Tyler 1 leaving him to save themselves whilst he was left to solo the boss and died. But because of this, people focused on Pirate's behaviour in the past, like with the other roaching situation.
Well, yeah, but Tyler, I don't know what we're talking about, but like, would they say Tyler 1 did the same thing? I mean, he's just not a dick like this guy. I don't know. Is that what he was saying? Like, this is literally what it is. He's not a condescending dick. He's going to be honest and be like, listen, guys, sorry. You know what I mean? Plus, wait, hold on. Did you say Tyler 1 did the same thing?
Leaving him, criticising him did the same thing some time later, which was with Tyler 1 leaving him to save themselves whilst he was left to solo the boss and died.
Well, this is a raid. I don't know what you can't do utility on a boss in a game. So like you can't do like a utility move on a fucking Molten Core boss. That's way different than what they were doing. Like that's a boss. So just to be clear, there's a difference between, I'm pretty sure that was Baron Geddon in Molten Core. There's a difference between between that and like walking out ads. You can't CC bosses in the game. At least generally speaking, you cannot. So they were in a 5-man dungeon, which was Dire Maul, versus I'm a Baron Geddon. You're like, it is what it is. That's a totally different scenario. So,
but because of this, people focused on Pirate's behavior in the past.
That's not the only focus. I mean, like this guy isn't pretending that he knows what he's talking about, like in depth. I understand. Like I'm not shitting on him, but like he like there is a difference. So like right here, what we're showing is this is Baron Geddon. I'm pretty sure. Fucking in case maybe I don't remember the name. Pretty sure this is Baron Geddon. Yeah, it is. Okay. This is different. He's saying the Yamato guy did this, did it to Tyler. The difference is Yamato owned up and said he did it and he knew he was going to die. Then he got punished and it was content. Okay, well, that's fair. But it's like, so that makes sense that he fucked up. I don't know how he fucked up, but apparently he fucked up and he admitted it. That's fair enough. But also, this is a different scenario, right? So in the Baron fight, I don't remember the specifics of the fight, but he does like bombs on people. It can get like really crazy and like really, you know, wild. If you're gonna wipe, you're gonna wipe. You pretty much just run away, and your tank's probably gonna die. That's one of the shitty parts about playing like a tank, especially a warrior, because you have like the least utility. But like warriors are really the only. Well, they're not the only tanks. Actually, like druids are meta to have one, especially for Nax. Like there's a whole complicated reason why, but basically there are 2 stats in the game. There's defense stat, which I believe makes you, I want to say, uncrittable if you hit defense cap, which druids, warriors, and paladins can get, but paladins I don't think are ever meta because they don't have enough mana and the gear isn't good enough. And then there's uncrushable. Druids can't hit uncrushable cap because you have to get 100% in your block, dodge, and parry, and they literally cannot block or parry. I'm pretty sure you can't parry when you're in bear form. That's how you tank. So you can only dodge, but they have an insane amount of health, and there are bosses, at least one boss. They have an insane amount of health, so like you can kind of take it on the chin for it. But also, there's like bosses, especially in Nax, I'm pretty sure that can't crush you. I might be getting crushing and uncrushable and uncredible reverse, but it doesn't matter. They're basically 2 types of crits, so they're meta to have them. But anyway, that's fucking irrelevant. This is different. This is a totally different scenario. Like a mage is not going to be able to help you here. That's at the end of the day. Like you take a mage in a 5-man to be able to help you with like ads. This is a boss fight. The other one they did pull a boss, but it was like a 5-man boss. It wasn't as threatening. But you can still CC ads to help people get out, and he did not do that. So this is a very different scenario. And apparently this guy also apologized, so that makes another difference.
Solo the other and died. But because of this, people focused on Pirate's behaviour in the past, like with the other roaching situation.
Tyler should have run too. From what I see, barely anything you could do this. I don't think he can run. He's just going to pull aggro, or maybe Baron sits still. I don't think so. I don't think he could have run.
How he treated Lakari, and how he reacted to this situation, of which he was entirely adamant he did nothing wrong.
To be honest with you, that group had already almost full wiped us the entire dungeon before. That was our second Dire Maul with the same group. The first one, we all of us had to leave drop groups that we could teleport out. The second one was this. No reason for me to do. Evocate was on cooldown. 2.5 minutes left.
I just like this is just like dude, if he had said the reason I didn't give a fuck is because of this right off the bat, like, okay, fine. But I also don't really believe any of this is like meaningfully authentic. He's also bad at the game. That's another problem. He's also bad at the game. He thinks he's good. He belongs. He belongs with like the shitter groups. So
no, I didn't trust the group to survive, and no, I wasn't going to go back on the call of them saying run, run, run. It's time to run.
Okay.
So no.
Well, you know that's not what running means. Okay, so you know that. Well, maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe he's dumb. But I think he knows. At this point, I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure I believe that Pirate Software is a malicious. Like he's a malicious actor when he made this decision. I don't think he's just a stupid fuck. Because he just seems to be kind of like a malicious dick. So I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sold on that at this point. So I'm pretty sure he knew he didn't have to run, but he just did not give a fuck. Can I rub this thing's penis?
It's a lot of confidence. Being wrong. And he didn't. It's not like he went out of his way and killed these people. He didn't pull out a gun and shoot them.
Yeah,
but he definitely had the ability to stop it and did not.
Even when they were all brought together.
They showed clips of the first dungeon. He was the issue. Was he really? I wouldn't doubt that, but that's not confirmed by me. So
to resolve the situation, he got his turn to speak, but when the others had their turn to speak, he just straight up leaves again.
You've seen my enchanting, right?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, you can't ask me about... I don't know shit about mages, I'm going to be honest, bro.
I have 300 enchanting, 300 tailoring. I'm one of the primary enchanters in the guild. I have hundreds of...
Okay, so enchanting and tailoring. These are professions anybody could do. It's very hard to get specifically enchanting up to 300, so I do understand that to some degree. But again, the problem, like... I don't know. He's just such a fucking... He's so bad at the game, dude. He's so bad at the game. These aren't even necessarily bad excuses, but it just feels like he's piling on excuses afterwards. You know, because you want to know what the problem is. If he was like, "Listen, dude, I fucking ratted out on that because I was afraid to die because I have so much effort in on this game." Okay, I would have taken that, but that's not what he's saying. It's not what he's saying. He's just like, he treats other people like shit. And then he can't fucking own his shit.
Large brilliant shards in my bank. We'd lose all of this.
Also, why the fuck do you have... Like, this is what I'm talking about, dude. I have all the large brilliant shards in my bank. Why, you stupid idiot fuck? Why the fuck would you do that? If you're in a playing hardcore, why the fuck would you have... Large brilliant shards are, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, disenchanted epics from, like, Molten Core and shit. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. It might just be disenchanted epics in general, but really, epics only drop in, like, raids in this game, so... Why the fuck would you why would you put them in your character's bank? Why wouldn't you have a bank alt? None of these make sense. You wouldn't do that. So this guy who's claiming to be a really good player is like, yeah, dude, I'm playing my main character with a ton of rare mats that are difficult to get. So if I die, they go away. Why aren't they in the guild bank? Why aren't they in a bank alt? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So either you're lying, or you're bad at the game, or you want to have an excuse. None of this makes sense. Like, when you look through Pirate's shit, he's a fucking idiot. None of the things that he says make sense.
Yeah, okay, I get... See, it's right there. So you just didn't want to die. I get it. I understand.
Not at all. Yeah.
I told people to play for themselves. That's fine. I think that's what people are pissed off about. What do you want, man?
How do I drop
Let me say it again.
He already said his piece.
Pirate.
Is this bad?
Yeah, I want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes.
Am I bad?
Bro. Like I didn't say, we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad, Pirate.
There's no zero accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better. But when you open up and you yell over another person,
can
like
I
you were doing
speak?
Nah, I'm good.
You joined the call. See, like he's so egoistical. It's insane what this guy's ego is.
Okay, it is what
Why are you protecting him? Do you see
am I protecting him? He ran in.
It's important to note that in Short Fat Otaku's words, this was a group responsibility. It wasn't just Pirate's fault. Some overpulled but admitted they were wrong. Pirate didn't and blamed other people when all of this could have been easily solved by saying something like, my bad. And many of his later controversies would have been solved by this as well. But he was adamant he did nothing wrong, which just perpetuated the situation.
Yeah, that's why people aren't going to want to play with him, which makes perfect sense. Like, I wouldn't want to play with the guy either. He's a fucking dick, you know?
So why would I want to play with him?
And made things even worse. People began making fun of him and his behavior.
And we hardened up at that moment. We kicked some ass and we got to live.
He knows he's got mana as well. He mouses over the mana gem. You lying bastard.
Oh shit! I love this guy. I forget his name though for some reason. Preacher. I love this guy. He's an authentic dude. He's chill as fuck.
A music video was created about it.
He's the Blink King, yeah, the roach on the run.
A 2010 edit was made.
Oh my god.
Pirate, why are you walking though?
Every streamer was talking about it, and every time he discussed the situation, people would clip it and publish it to Livestream Fails, a popular Reddit page that used to be about actual livestream fails, but now it's mostly about streaming drama, and even they are slowly losing their jobs to a fucking Twitter account. Now,
Yeet mentioned, that's funny.
Pirate made this even worse by how he would further respond. As when you are in situations like this, you have a range of avenues you could go down. You could completely ignore the situation, which does work in some cases, and it just slowly blows over. You could be completely...
Bro, all he had to do was be like, bro, listen, I'm a dick.
Transparent and admit if you were in the...
I just found you through Twitter vids, love your content. Thank you, I appreciate that.
...wrong in the situation, which usually does work if you're completely honest. Or you could add fuel to the fire and be adamant you are correct whilst also feeding into the trolls, which is one of the worst things you can do.
But guys, did you know that my dad worked for Blizzard for 400,000 years? So basically, me playing classic hardcore WoW, it was promised to me 3,000 years ago. I don't know.
Which one do you think he did? Obviously, it was the worst option. He made a Twitter post regarding the situation, deflecting, somewhat blaming others, and...
Yeah, he says each person made a mistake, including himself, but he never will explain it. Dude, this is fucking crazy. Hold on a second.
Best option. He made it.
I just want to read this. I've read it before, but I don't remember the specifics. To those trying to character assess me online for a bad pull in Dire Maul WoW Hardcore, this is a hardcore WoW, and a lot is on the line when you step foot in a dungeon. Here is a live breakdown of the past 24 hours. Our party went the wrong way and overpulled multiple packs with a boss. I'm pretty sure they didn't go the wrong way. They cut through the middle. It's not necessarily the wrong way, but okay. The shot caller made the call to run and went back on that call. That's not true at all. He's full of shit. Like, the run call doesn't mean completely run, and he knows what that means. In fact, I would almost guarantee that the shot caller said run, not thinking that Pirate would sprint away forever, and then he said, "Wait, come back." Like, okay, we know we can do it, because he was like, "What are you doing?" But anyway, during the run, another pack was pulled as we had opted to skip it previously, which is never a good thing. So why didn't you insist that you take it? Okay. Communication was completely broken through this, and it was our second time failing the dungeon. Everyone played poorly, and 2 people ultimately lost their characters for it.
Twitter post regarding the situation, deflecting, somewhat blaming others, and calling out.
Each person in the group made mistakes, including myself. He's not going to elaborate on that, I doubt. I have never once said I was perfect in my play, nor that I was a good gamer. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that has played a mage for a long time. Dude, this guy sucks at mage, so he's not played a mage for a long time. He's a fucking Wrath baby. That's what we call him. He started in Wrath when the game had a lot of QOL. And like, I'm just telling you right now, he never played like Classic. Classic is a fucking pain in the ass. To pin this on a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death or cancellation over it, you invest too much into the content in a very unhealthy way. If you're a creator engaged in some kind of behavior, and eventually your content wave will end, but the relationship you sullied will be permanent. I hope it was worth it for you. What relationship? With Pirate Software? Somebody who never has authentic relationships, in my opinion. Those trying to defend me, don't worry about it. This too shall pass. Do not attack anyone else on my behalf. He's a good guy. I've always hated that kind of behavior. I have no intention of stopping making things or not doing stuff. Okay, great.
Other content creators.
To those of you who are banned and will stay so, I've never liked that kind of knee-jerk reaction behavior, blah, blah, blah. So none of this isn't
especially streamers that covered the situation and later supported this by talking about it on stream, saying he was being cannibalized for content.
And for all the content creators that were out there trying to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a little while, that may work for now. But in the future, no one's going to want to do anything with you other than...
Dude, shut the fuck up. This guy is such a pussy. He doesn't even, like, he's bad at the game, and he's bad, and he sucks penis, and he's cringe, and he's a loser. Just to be clear. So just to be clear, like, yeah, there's a level of truth to this. Like I say it all the time, the energy you put out is going to be the energy you get. Pirate Software is not a content creator. He's a fucking content plant. He doesn't understand what he's saying. He's just saying it. He's not saying anything from experience. He's a fucking plant, dude. He's a fucking industry plant that fudged his own numbers. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here, okay? Get the fuck out of here.
Other people that also want to cannibalize you, you're going to surround yourself with that. That's going to be on you, bud.
Ooh, that's on you, bud.
That's for you, to be honest with you.
That's for you, buddy.
And I feel bad for you.
Once again, this involved people that were just giving him criticism.
We've been doing bans across the Twitch channel. We've been doing batch reports up to Twitch. We've been taking all of this. We've been
He's taking it to fucking Twitch. It's crazy.
Documenting all the content creators that are egging it on. Like, all of that shit is documented and reported.
Guys, I'm Uber reporting you. I'm really gonna go after you. All right, I'm gonna fucking own your pussy.
And that's it. Hope it was worth it.
But you also mentioned...
Guys, I hope it was worth it. Hope it was worth. Now you can't come into my stream chat.
He was getting death threats and harassment, which was true.
All right, dude. Listen, it's sad. I mean, I don't know, man. It's at the internet, dude. People message me sometimes on Instagram and call me the N-word. It's the only time I feel like I have a big dick. But you know, it's just like I don't know, dude. I don't know. How many death threats is he really getting?
Essentially, over a video game, he began banning people and phrases in his chat that referred to...
Yeah, do you think he's only banning the people sending him threats, or do you think that he's banning everybody that's like talking about it in general?
The event. He blocked people that talked about it on Twitter.
Also, what he really should have done, but he's like an idiot and he doesn't know how to be a content creator, but he should have been like, listen guys, like I don't want to talk about this controversy anymore, so I'm going to temp ban like anybody who does this for like a month. That's it. I'm gonna just because like, listen, I don't want it in the blah blah blah. He's not doing that. He's fucking like he's raging out. He even said he's not going to unban these people. Like, I understand banning the meme, but like, dude, if it's like that big of a problem and it's something like it's such a small deal, it's not like it's something huge. Just be like, yo, listen, I'm banning you guys for a month, and then if you know what I mean, if it happens after that, then I'll ban you again. You know?
Mentioned his past at Blizzard and that they would get some people banned because of that past.
Ooh. All of the accounts that are messaging me are getting reported. There's a funny fact about this. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. There's a
what? I've never heard him say that.
A whole lot of other people there that still know me, and all
the
reports are going directly to them.
You're directly to them?
Well aware of the situation, and everybody who's messaging me, they're gonna get read.
Wait, what did you do at Blizzard? Oh, you did bitch work. You did bitch intern work, basically. But your dad was somebody that they actually respected, and so you're basically using that. Saying in this instance, just based on his work experience at Blizzard, okay, I just want you guys to understand. That's like if somebody's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you banned from McDonald's because my friend used to clean their bathroom. It's like, wow, that's fucking incredible. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, dude. Lick my balls.
It's kind of a dumbass thing to do, and I can't wait for all of them to get banned.
He also started cutting and deleting some of his Twitch clips so that some of the clips taken and uploaded to places like livestream fails wouldn't work, or would be shortened to things like 4 seconds and made somewhat incoherent.
The game, this new monthly update process probably is going to fix that sort of.
Oh wait.
But most things uploaded to the livestream fails Reddit page is then uploaded to their website, where you can find a mirror of the clip completely unedited. So Pirate was very well aware what was being uploaded to livestream fails, trying to counter any clip posted about him on there. And what else really didn't help him at this time was that in another game, a few months before this drama, his party pulled another mob by accident and it—
Oh dude, I saw a clip of this. Wait, fuck! I actually saw a clip of him talk about this, and like he pulled it and blamed other people for it.
Killed all of them, and they lost like 4 hours of progress. And he got angry and started saying he was going to kick the person that pulled that mob.
I'm pretty sure it was his fault,
but it was in fact him. And a lot of the clips started to resurface.
Don't worry, guys. He definitely admitted that he was the problem, so it's okay.
Sabu. God damn it, guys.
Oh, no, who pulled the ocular?
So one of you pulled the ocular. Why? Now half the raid is dead.
Damn,
was there a reason for that? The lightning ball pulled... I cast lightning bolt before that Oculus appeared, and half the raid was in the back because they pulled the wrong pack. I'm not at fault there. I'm correct there for doing that. 100%. This guy sounds like he takes criticism well. You sound like you want to talk to me about it in the unban request. You're just stirring.
He watched a clip of himself pull the mob and then said he did the right thing. Really? See, here's the thing, bro. This is something about that. If that's true, that's the issue. I don't really give a fuck if somebody who's playing like a game fucks up in the moment and then he acts like a dick like right off the bat when he's angry. I just don't, because I do that. I do that all the time. Like when I was playing, literally I was playing what is the game called? I was playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and on the first run, not knowing anything about the game, I was raging about how horrible of a game is. But then I learned things about the game, like, oh fuck, I'm bad, right?
So, like, that's just, to me, that's normal. I'm going to fucking act like a dick. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually wrong. As long as you can admit wrong at some point, like, relatively quickly, once you learn properly, I don't care. But you're telling me he doubled down afterwards? Like, after it was shown that he made a mistake? Like, that's the scum fuck behavior. Like, dude, double down. Be a dick when shit happens, and then be like, oh, wait a minute. Like, when you're showing proof, be like, oh, fuck that. It's actually my fault. All right, my bad. I'm bad.
I'm just gonna get rid of you.
At this point, he was directly feeding into the trolls and people harassing him by still talking about it constantly, even preventing people from clipping it, or even talking about it in his chat, and painting the situation as if he did nothing wrong and he was in fact the victim. Once again, if he just admitted his faults or completely ignored this situation, the drama would have only lasted like a few days. But
well, according to him, he definitely admitted his fault, so that's what he says, at least.
He then got kicked from the guild by Soda Poppin, the original leader,
He
and
totally
of course he
deserves
started
it.
speaking about that, even speaking badly about the guild.
Of course he deserves it. If you make a mistake and you continuously double down on it and you can't learn from it, you're gonna make the mistake again. Of course you got banned. He deserves to get like kicked from the guild.
Which for the 5th time just brought more attention to this and perpetuated the drama around him and led to him getting more hate.
Went into that fight with 40% mana, tried to use my resources, used them poorly, and got myself out when the call was made to run, which, by the way, was made by them as well. Everyone played badly. In fact, the only person who didn't was the healer. And I explained that in the Twitter post, but no one...
No, he didn't. He didn't explain that in the Twitter post. If this was at first, it might have been good, but it took him way too long to come to the conclusion. He's still being a dick about it. That's the problem. But it sounds like he finally admitted at fault.
Tried him and led to him getting more hate.
Went into that fight with 40% mana, tried to use my resources, used them poorly, and got myself out when the call was made to run, which, by the way, was made by them as well. Everyone played badly. In fact, the only person...
This is the first time he's ever admitting this.
Tried to use my resources, used them poorly.
Hate.
Went into that fight with 40% mana, tried to use my resources, used them poorly.
Well, first of all, it's your fault you went into the fight with less mana, but okay. He tried to use resources, use them poorly. I mean, it's just a weird... The only reason I'm like kind of sitting on that is because like he... I don't know. It's just weird because like he didn't just... He used the wrong... Like, there's no... He just used the wrong rank. I guess that's considered using it poorly. I don't know. There's something that just rubs me the wrong way about this guy. I think that's okay. I think it's okay that I don't see this guy as a genuine person because he's not. I think it's okay because he's a fucking dick. But he says he used them poorly. It's just something rubbing me the wrong way about it, so... I don't know. I don't know, dude. How the fuck do I move these boxes? They're moved for Sora. I don't understand it. That might be it. Maybe everybody has like that kind of friend that's always like a dick like Pirate Software, so they're all like, you know what? They're like living through that. Maybe.
And got myself out when the call was made to run, which, by the way, was made by them as well. Everyone played badly. In fact, the only person who didn't was the healer. And I explained that in the Twitter post, but no one wants to hear that because they want it to be a double down, a triple down, a quadruple down. They want to have a villain. They want to have an enemy. They want to fight that shit into the ground. They want to send death threats to people over it because they're goddamn insane.
True.
Because this guild has turned into a content guild built on hate, not a content guild built on experiences.
Dude, it's a whole conspiracy. It's just a content guild on hate. It's a whole conspiracy. He's not. He did not own any of that at first at all, dude. He's such a fucking bullshitter. He didn't own any of this at first. He's so full of shit.
Because they're freaking monsters, dude.
They're monsters! They're making fun of me over being bad at a game. They're fucking monsters. By the way, the same guy that like literally bullies other players that he doesn't think are as good as him. Except those players admit that they're not good, and he's instead of helping them, he just bullies them, and he pretends it's just light ribbing, but he's just a fucking malicious dick. Okay, yeah. Guys, why are people giving me the same energy I give to them?
Got even worse, because in coordination with the Roach meme, a game developer made a post on Reddit acting like they weren't the game developer, saying they were going to put Pirate Software in their game as a Roach, even using his voice, and people warned them about this in the Reddit comments, as it could potentially lead to copyright issues, but as of right now it wasn't even in the game, this was just a build on their own computer. and wasn't live to Steam. But upon hearing this, Pirate Software DMCA'd the entire game, removing it from Steam, even though this would have been a false DMCA because it's not in the public game once again, and the developer counterclaimed and tried to fight Pirate on this, even going to his Discord server to clarify he is not in the game. And
what? I'm sorry. I don't know if I heard that right. Did I just hear that somebody... Hold on. I gotta re-listen to this. What a pussy. Okay, listen. I understand. Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna be fucking real with you. I would have, like... I don't know if I would have cared. I wouldn't be in the controversy. But like, okay, fine. You wanna get rid of the voice... Or you don't want them to use your voice because it would be a copyright issue. Because it's your voice and they're bullying you, and I get it, whatever. Cool. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. But to sit here and fucking to say, you could see publicly, like, listen, dude, if you use a game with my voice in it, I'm gonna like fucking DMCA strike you. Like, that's definitely gonna happen. Just letting you know. If you actually put it in the live build, that'll definitely happen. That's fine. But to sit here and actually like claim them before anything has even happened is fucking preposterous, and that is an abuse of your shit. No, like, that's fucking crazy.
Pirate Software DMCA'd the entire game, removing it from Steam, even though this would have been a false DMCA because it's not in the public game once again, and the developer counterclaimed and tried to fight Pirate on this, even going to his Discord server to clarify he is not in the game. And Pirate talked about this on stream but completely ignored the fact he wasn't in the game, and as always came off as somewhat egotistical and arrogant.
Pirate would never.
And tells his UK lawyer Mod to counter the claim, and that the guy is going to lose and they are going to sue him.
What the fuck? Dude, what an unhinged little bitch. That's psychotic, dude. That's legit. Dude, this guy is like the ultimate fucking victim. And it's so funny that earlier he's sitting here saying, guys, for all the creators that are going after me right now, you're basically going to get fucking, if you put that energy out into the world, you're going to get that energy back, and you're hurting yourself and blah, 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 blah. This guy's sitting here bullying other players in World of Warcraft, and then fucking sitting here and putting in false copyright strikes because somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use his voice in the game." Again, it's fine to warn them not to use it, but he fucking put false strikes out there is fucking insane. That's insane, dude. That's fucking preposterous. What a baby.
Hey, Kronos, we have to file a legal complaint.
Hey, ChatGPT, we gotta file a legal complaint
against that dude earlier. I'm gonna pause this for a moment. There was a dude earlier today that went onto Reddit and said that he was using my voice in a video game, showed a bunch of videos of it, and then put that game up on Steam. So I filed a DMCA claim, and he has now filed a counterclaim against me. We're going to take you to court. You're going to lose. You cannot use somebody's likeness or voice.
Okay, and in the counterclaim, did they say that they didn't actually use your voice? Is that what they said in the counterclaim? Baby, this guy's a fucking child, dude. Holy fuck!
In any way inside of your games,
like if he put the strike on there originally, and the guy was like, "Yo, dude, I didn't actually do it. You got the more information," and then he retracted. I would be like, "Okay, like honest mistake, sure." He's not even doing that
without their permission. So I'm going to send this over to Kronos now because he is a lawyer in copyright law.
So just to be clear, I'm pretty sure from what I remember, Kronos is not. He went to law school. He's not actually a lawyer. This guy's actually so much worse than I thought he was. It's so fucking funny, like watching this. Like this has been a fun content cycle. Like the pirate software content cycle is fun, but this video this video alone makes me like I kind of go from like, oh, Pirate's just kind of like a goofy like lol cow that thinks he's so much better than people, to like this guy's an actual piece of dog shit, and like he deserves like all the criticism he's getting, and maybe even more, man. He's such a fucking asshole.
That is his job.
Now, because it was a false claim, everyone supported the game dev. A lawyer even found out about this and said he would support the game dev free of charge in this situation, but the game did eventually get put back on Steam, and the community...
And then Pirate Software gave an actual apology and said, listen, hey guys, here's the deal. I saw him say this. I assumed it was in the actual game. I put in the strike, and then it found out that it wasn't. But my bad. It was still justified to warn him, but I shouldn't have taken the game down. My bad. He obviously did that.
Communication between Pirate's lawyer and the game dev's lawyer was somewhat comical to say the least, but this on top of the whole World of Warcraft drama was not a good look for Pirate.
Did he apologize?
And now people were a lot more skeptical of him and were looking for the next time he popped his ult that was not taking accountability. but they wouldn't have to wait long.
Wait a minute. I think I just solved it, chat.
So a controversy that quickly followed after the WoW drama, and due to said previous drama, people started looking back at his previous streams, specifically his gameplay. Most importantly,
I wouldn't doubt that he's like shit at the game.
Games like Animal Well and Outer Wilds.
And I remember thinking in the video, I was like, damn, he's fucking good at puzzles, man. I was like, if I was doing this, I'd be fucking stuck. That's what I remember thinking. Okay?
I'm fucking terrible at puzzles. But you know what I'm really good at? Jacking off to AI porn. I'm really good at that, boys. I'm good at jacking off to any porn, but specifically AI porn of my friends. But you know what? Do you really blame them, guys? Is this relatable? Is this the most relatable thing anyone's ever done? You know what I mean? Is this the most relatable thing?
And then during this drama, I'm like reading some of the comments on this WoW drama, and somebody offhandedly mentioned that he faked it, that he like looked up a guide, that he like fucking was clearly like he says things that happen before he gets there, and he like I don't know.
This guy's teeth are they're just bothering me, dude. You can't do that with your teeth. You can't have nice. It's too nice. It's like when you look too nice on your teeth, it's fucking creepy.
That's true, but I rewatched some part of the video, and with that knowledge, it looked so much different to me.
Now, people were curious how Pirate was able to solve so many of these puzzles seemingly out of nowhere, specifically in his gameplay of Outer Wilds, where at the start of the game it teaches you about the camera, an item where if you take pictures, certain structures will stop moving, but Pirate later on in the gameplay doesn't know that he has to use this item, and struggles for quite a long time to the point where the game actually resets, which it does like every 21 minutes, and during this time you can see him staring into the void, which some people claim was him staring at his phone to get the answer, but Pirate before this says he's turned off his chat, this is a blind playthrough and he's not getting any answers.
It sounds like he might be lying. Yikes.
Oh, by the way, I am not reading...
Why would I want to slow down the attack rate of the drop gauge?
Most of chat, and I cannot hear TTS today, so... If you're trying to talk to me using TTS, it will not work.
But on his next run before he gets back to the puzzle room, he solves the puzzle.
Unless we make... Wait a minute.
Is this guy actually pretending to be beating a game? Like, is this guy being serious? Is this guy serious right now? Is he really pretending to be good at a fucking video game? Why? I don't understand. Why do this? Why pretend to be good at a game? I personally don't get it. Just suck at the fucking game, dude. This is kind of silly to me. Okay, cool.
I think I just solved it. I want to test it. I want to test the...
Guys, I think I just authentically solved it myself. Chat, I think I authentically just solved this myself. Chat, I'm pretty sure I just solved this myself. Yeah, I'm pretty fucking cool. Just to be clear, I did solve this myself. Why, dude? Bro, one of my favorite things is that people come into my chat and tell me how to play my games. They're like, Papa Guy, you could do this, you should do that. Okay, cool. You know? The only thing that pisses me off is when I'm fucking playing poorly and people will come in and they'll give me unproductive advice. I'll be like, dude, shut the fuck up. And I'll rage out on them and I'll say I'm sorry after I calm down. So.
The thing. I want to test the thing. Bong.
Oh my god. This guy's so authentic.
If I look away from it
what
now,
do I do here?
It's still there.
Do I get this forever?
It works.
But many have criticized other moments where he seemingly does the same thing.
There's no way that he would be this blatant about it, though, right? Like, he's clearly looking at his phone right now. There's no way he would go from that and just instantly solve it. Like, he would at least fake trying to figure it out for another minute or two, right? Like...
Oh, is it still too early?
But once again, for this example, the game teaches you early on about this item, and there is even a hint in the room that tells you to basically use the camera. So it's very possible he could have solved this from his own intelligence, but many just thought he was cheating to make himself look smart. But his excuse was he was looking at his phone because he was playing Monster Hunter or texting someone.
Why did you cheat in Outer Wilds? What?
I mean, this guy, we just saw that he was like fucking faking donations on fucking Twitch so that he can like boost up his hype trains. I that's the only reason that you do that is to do. There's no other reason to do that unless you're trying to make it seem like you're more popular than you are. So I do not doubt that he fucking faked the game. You know, you're doing authentic shit. People are gonna think you're inauthentic, right?
How the hell would you cheat in that game?
Dude, I'm getting fucking stuffed.
Bro, we played it all live on stream. All right, bud.
All right, bud.
Typing, they assumed you were.
All right, well, I'm sorry. My real voice almost came through.
Googling? No, I was probably playing Monster Hunter.
I was probably playing Monster Hunter, guys. Chat. Wait, this happened 3.5 seconds ago? I was probably playing. Is this like another day? I was probably playing Monster Hunter. I don't know, dude.
Like, I've been playing that shit on phone for ages.
He's probably doing is he probably wasn't cheating. He was probably looking at fucking furry porn and jacking off to it, but he couldn't say that because then his wholesome image of his wholesome image would be gone, guys. But now that he's in controversy, he could do it. He could just jack off a lot. He could just start jacking it. He could just start literally jorking his peanuts, and like it won't matter because nobody likes him anyway. So like he could be authentic. Be your authentic self, man. Just talk about how much you like to jerk off to ferret porn.
Just keep it right here. Unless I was
not real ferrets, guys. Relax.
Typing to somebody or texting to somebody. I don't freaking know.
And from this instance, you can't 100% verify he was cheating. But as we've seen before with Pirate and his previous behavior, especially when facing criticism, he does not help himself. For some reason on the video of his entire gameplay, he started to delete comments showing timestamps where his gameplay looked a bit suspicious, which if you're trying to paint the picture you're innocent and didn't cheat, it's very much counterintuitive. But the same accusations were lobbied against him in a different game, Animal Well, where he solved some of the secret puzzles which took the community weeks to find, but he did it quite promptly, and some people called him out for this.
Was he pretending that he was doing it by himself and not looking at guides?
Sure, it would be in here, wouldn't it? Wait a minute. Wait. It's the lengths.
Like, he doesn't even have all of the wingdings yet. He doesn't have the number of wingdings. There's more space, and it doesn't match what he has yet. So it's like this could be like a theory to have for now, but in that case, this wouldn't be locked in until he has enough wingdings to fill it. And even
I have
then,
no idea what's happening right now, guys. I'm gonna be fucking ringdings.
It's a stretch.
But Pirate defended himself.
Bud Pirate? What the hell? That's crazy, dude.
On stream and with a...
Because he solved them instantly the same day the game was released. Interesting. The guide was released. Ah, I see.
In comment, saying the...
How interesting that they made the guide based off of him solving the puzzles. Isn't that incredible?
The footage is cut in places where he actively works with the community to solve these puzzles.
We played it for 83 hours, and we actually did it like a week after launch. So there's a bunch of people that are trying to say that, you know, it took weeks for the community to solve this, but in reality, like, we did that, like, a few days after launch. So, like, no. And also, there was nothing on there that said we did that blind. We were playing around with the community. Everybody was trying to chip in to give it answers, and it took us like 5-6 hours for most of those puzzles.
But there are instances in his gameplay where he talks about not needing to look up answers and that he prefers solving most puzzles.
It's just hard to say because he doesn't authentically frame anything. This seems like potentially a nothing burger, but he doesn't authentically frame anything. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to tell because he doesn't authentically solve anything. Because I do this shit all the time. Like when I'm playing a game, people tell me where to go and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's just hard to say because he doesn't fucking do anything authentically. So what the fuck?
Himself.
I don't understand the idea of looking up the answers to puzzle games.
I do. I fucking hate puzzles. I fucking hate puzzles. I don't like them. I don't even like regular in-person puzzles, dude. Fuck that shit. I'm just trying to be fucking playing my game, but...
And you need to not do that. Like, you are robbing yourself of the entire point of the game. At that point...
I mean, that makes sense, but I don't like puzzles, so I don't give a fuck.
You might as well play an idle game.
Now, to be honest, out of all the other...
Or a cool game.
the controversies, this is the biggest nothing burger, where the worst case is he cheated in a video game to make himself look smart, and in the best case, he spontaneously gets answers correct. But this was one of the key controversies that was levied against him, but compared to the next one, this was a single stick of dynamite compared to the fat man that was about to happen next.
Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
This really is the stop killing games thing. Really is what fucking did him in, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would he was such a malicious dick about it too? Like, if he was just nicer about it, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But he was so mean. He was just such a rude dick. It was fucking crazy. Like, he couldn't have been like, yeah, guys, you know what, I like the idea, but it wouldn't work. I mean, he's obviously full of shit, but he's just such a dick about it.
So Stop Killing Games is an initiative that wants to protect consumers like you, especially when you buy games. Because as you may know, most games nowadays you have to connect to a server, and if the game is completely dead, there may not be any servers available because the company behind it have stopped supporting it, or you need an internet connection by default to play even a single player game.
That's just fucking preposterous to me.
This notably happened with The Crew, meaning people could no longer play it even after paying for it because they had closed the servers for it. This is a common occurrence in today's gaming industry, as even if you buy a game, you don't fully own it. They're just letting you play the game and they can take it away at any moment. And the Stop Killing Games initiative wants to stop this, and they want more rights for consumers.
Yeah, if you buy a single player game, you should be able to play it single player. They should have an end of life plan for single player games.
If someone buys a game, they own the game and will not lose access to it in the future, and there should be some playable version of that game, not just being gatekept and told to fuck off when they can't find a server when you launch a single player game. It's a good initiative, as long as it involves putting old games like my favourite Viva Pinata on Steam, so I don't need to download VirtualBox or run it in an emulator from a sketchy website just to play it, because I can't find it anywhere on the fucking Xbox store. But Ross Scott was the person behind this initiative and started it in 2024 over the removal of the game The Crew, and it initially got some attention when it was first brought up, but this petition needed over 1 million people to sign it, so it could be...
Yeah, and they were in like it had to be in like the UK too, so it was like kind of difficult to get everybody to sign it. It's the fucking worst part.
Passed on and looked at further, and this was only for those in Europe. Now, how does Pirate Software come...
Or Europe. I don't... What the fuck is the difference between Europe and UK? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit?
into this? Well, he found out about the Stop Killing Games movement and sort of publicly shit on it.
Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car sales...
Uh-oh, guys. Really dumb alert.
It's been garbage. This is shit.
Used car salesman. Guys, we want to make it so we own the games that we got. Yeah, this guy's a fucking moron. He should actually light himself on fire. What?
It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful.
Wow, what is this?
That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful, dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. What's happening right now? That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage.
Keep in mind, this was months before the WoW drama, and is probably another case of people being more attentive to his past and the things he said previously due to that WoW drama.
Yeah, probably. Well, you know what, though? This is the thing. That guy, what is his name? Ross? Super genuine guy, by the way. Love that guy. He's actually probably one of the most genuine creators I've ever seen in my entire life. He was like frustrated because it was close to end of cycle for him to be able to collect like signatures, and so he made the video. And I don't know that, like, I don't know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't really care if he did or didn't. Like, he made his video because he was frustrated, and it was at the right time where people were starting to go after, like, we're starting to be pissed off. Excuse me, let me not say go after, because this guy deserves the hate that he gets. People started to criticize Pirate for being a dick, and then he was like, "Yeah, listen, I'm gonna make my whether it was he's like, I'm gonna make this because I want to get my initiative out there. That was good because it's like about owning the games that you buy, crazy concept." And then people were like, "Wait, this guy's a huge dick," and that was like really like the biggest one. That one was the one that like really fucked this guy. That one is the one that really fucked him.
Pirate had even made 2 videos on his own channel about the movement, and allegedly 2 others he removed. But the main problem was he was criticizing this movement and even advertising people not to go for it, but he completely misunderstood.
I don't even understand
what the initiative was about in the first place.
I don't believe that. I don't think he misunderstood anything. I think he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. I think he knew exactly what it was about, and I think he just didn't give a fuck because he's a fucking condescending prick. And he doesn't care. And he wanted to, like, I think that he's an elitist dick. That he's like, well, I'm a game designer with shit code. And he was just like over advocating for it because like it's so stupid. Like, stop killing. Like, it's so stupid. Like, you can take away the game and then now I'm forced to buy a different version of the remastered version of it or something. Like, that sounds like what you're trying to do. That's what I think. It's fucking ridiculous.
And as Scott, or Accused Farms, said, because of his influence in getting it wrong, it affected the movement.
This video came out right as we were building momentum. Then except for one boost in Germany, the signatures started drying up like clockwork.
One of the first things Thor got wrong was saying the movement as described on the website wasn't specific, and thought it was only targeting single-player games.
Understand, the Stop Killing Games initiatives is basically, we don't want single-player games to have DRM that the developers can turn off and thus render the single-player games inactive anymore. This is what they want to change. They need to be specific that they're talking about single-player games that do not need a server to support them. And as much as they want it to be about specifically games where it is a single-player game that has always online functionality, it would impact every live service game that exists. Instead of...
Dude, what a hot take to have it. It's like a fucking end-of-life plan for a fucking game you buy.
Just targeting single-player...
Pirate Software's game has a DRM that requires an online connection? Makes sense. It makes sense why he would advocate for this.
Always online games.
No, that's not what it is. Stop Killing Games includes single-player games, but nothing about it is specific to them. He completely made that up.
And he also thought this meant converting multiplayer games to single-player.
But he also seems to think this is about converting multiplayer games to single-player. Once again, he made that up. And I have no idea why he thought that.
Transitioning an entire multiplayer server-side game into a single-player video game, which means rebalancing the entire experience around single-player, rebuilding everything in the entire game. How are you going to do that with Final Fantasy XIV? You're just going to make all the raids soloable?
Yeah, that's nobody... It's just like insane because that was never a claim, and the only way you'd think that was a claim is if you're a fucking moron. Because there's just no way, dude. Why the fuck would you ever think that he was talking about that? You'd have to be like fucking intentionally a piece of dog shit to even insinuate that. That's insane. Like, I don't think it's a bad idea for even MMOs to potentially, like, if you're to shut the game down, to potentially have some kind of, ability for other people to host it or something. But, like, I don't really care about MMOs as much as I care about the single-player games. Okay,
Imagine the day that World of Warcraft shuts down, and suddenly you have to make it a single-player game for every individual that ever bought the game. That's what they're asking for.
No.
Not at all, but okay.
Because they would have to sunset live service games as a single-player experience. The idea that suddenly you need to make every single live service game playable single-player offline? No, dude.
Correct. No.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single-player games.
Oh, he's so close. He's so close to getting it.
It is vague, and because of that, it will impact if you're making it all.
He's so stupid. How does he not understand? This is how you know he's not good at any of these puzzle games that he's talking about, because he can't even read basic descriptions.
Single player, you'd have to carve off all.
Dude, he is trying to talk like me.
Hey guys, what's up? I went through my 15th puberty. I go through a puberty every year. Basically, my voice gets deeper. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool of me.
What are you doing?
And it's developer time and money. These are two different ideologies.
That's my spirit dead.
That's okay to have two different ideologies. I just won't agree with
this
it.
bitch.
But those aren't the ideologies. Nothing in the initiative is asking to convert games to single player.
Nowhere in there does it say that it's directly targeting always online single player games.
Yeah, so why does he keep bringing it up? This is a total red herring.
If we don't like the idea of live service games as a whole, I get it. Don't play live service games then. Don't agree to those terms.
Okay, but that's like kind of difficult since everybody's turning towards live service games. So it's a stupid thing to say. It's just dumb. I don't understand. It's just so weird that we have to have like a fucking robust discussion about whether you should be able to own the games you buy. What world are we living in? And it doesn't even. I don't even think these games need to have like online hosting. What's the reason for it? What's the reason that they make you have to play the game online? Like what for what? Constant updates? I don't understand. Like it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It just seems like they want you to play it so that they can fucking I have no idea why. I really don't understand why. Maybe someone can educate me, but it just seems strange. And even if there is a good reason for it, if once you no longer support the game, you can have like you can do an end of life protocol.
No, he's getting a new thing wrong now.
The Pirate Software really didn't get the initiative right, and got some criticism back for this initially, and responded with his usual behaviour of doubling down and even refusing to talk to Ross directly when he reached out in his comments to speak to him to clear a lot of these misunderstandings up. And all
And then he was just a total dick about it too, I remember.
around just spread the word that Scott was being dishonest.
And he does not wish to discuss this with me or anyone else in the initiative. Why not?
Would you consider reaching out and talking to Ross about it? No. And the reason why is because I found his entire statement over the YouTube incredibly disingenuous. Like, it's
Dude, this guy doesn't know what genuine is because he's never been, so.
gross, dude.
It's
greasy.
gross.
And because of that, I don't want to talk to him.
You're greasy and gross. By the way, why does everybody keep saying things about me talking to people and grooming them? Right? Because what is 2 claims now? False claims. But like, why? I don't know, man. Maybe because you put out dickhead fuck energy, so people are like, wow, this guy's a dickhead fuck. You know, I'm not saying that people should be spreading false narratives, but I'm just saying, like, go on a whole fucking wow speech from other creators about how they shouldn't be mean to him because you're going to get that energy back to them, basically. And then you're a fucking asshole. It's like, great.
Yeah. I'd be willing to talk to like Louis Rossman or anybody else about this because they'll actually have a conversation, but that shows me like the greasy used car salesman thing, where they're not actually trying to sell you a good product, they're just trying to sell you a product, and I hate people like that.
Whoa.
I hate it, dude.
Now it got even worse for Pirate, because Moist Critical would get involved in his own videos to say, yeah, he got it wrong.
Is because a lot of people don't even really know what this is because of people like Pirate Software completely misrepresenting what the initiative was.
And the other Goliaths like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and even Notch got involved showing their support for this movement.
Wait, that's so poetic though, no? Is that not like the most poetic part about this whole thing? That fucking this douchebag, Pirate Software, he's been trying to make this game that's like Undertale, and he acknowledges that, what was it, Jacksepticeye made the Undertale game really big, and now he's not getting support from that guy just fundamentally because he's a fucking dickhead. Like, that's just so funny. That's actually so funny. He just like lost his own chance at he lost his chance at like getting this guy to actually work with him. That's funny to me.
And it somewhat exploded, even managing to finally reach the goal that was set when they thought it was going to die. And after the Moist Critical video, Pirate then made a deleted tweet towards Ross, saying he was not to blame for the failure of his initiative, of which it didn't fail now, and that he was getting a bunch of hate for this. But nowhere in there does...
I mean, he's a big content creator, of course. Like, yeah, what do you mean you're not to blame? What? I love this guy. He like seemingly artificially made himself a big creator. And then he's sitting here and he's crying now that he has influence. He's like, no, I couldn't have done that. It wasn't me. What are you saying? What the fuck?
Does he admit he got things wrong about the movement? And even in the next few tweets, he basically says the same thing. Moist Critical even...
Wait, he admitted that he got some things wrong about the movement? Why the fuck are you tweeting it? Okay, let's say he did. Is that what he said?
Bunch of hate for this, but nowhere in there does he admit he got things wrong about the movement. And even in the next...
Dude, can we just acknowledge that, like, him constantly posting on Twitter instead of an actual video about it is like him desperately trying not to actually talk about it in like a more meaningful capacity, right? Like, I don't think that's a fucking hot take at all. That's what it sounds like to me. So...
next few tweets, he basically says the same thing. Moist Critical even talked to him directly over DMs, and it got nowhere, but it followed with a tweet where he actually does apologize to Ross for some of the things he said, probably the used car salesman line, or that he was disingenuous, but that's probably the only thing he's ever apologized about from all of these controversies. But as of right now, one of his most recent talks about the movement is that he is not going to apologize for getting the movement wrong or bend the knee. And that once again...
No bending the knee. Guys, is accountability for fucking gay guys? Like, what is this? Chat, are you gay if you hold yourself accountable? Like, what kind of like fucking like lame shit is this? I'm not gonna bend to the knee. Dude, that's cringe. Right? We understand that that's cringe. This is cosplay. He cosplays as a ferret when he fucking jacks off, and he cosplays as a fucking Game of Thrones character when he gets controversy happening to him. That's fucking cringe. Grow up. Holy fuck.
He has been harassed and even swatted, and leaves off with, he hopes you get everything you ask.
I mean, I guess that's what you do to fucking roaches. But you shouldn't swat people. I was making a joke about him, you know, because you swat at roaches to get, you know, actual roaches, but he's a roach because wow, and you know, that's like the whole meme. But you know.
For, but nothing you want from the initiative.
Put up a video saying you were wrong with every situation and the internet move on. I am not doing that. I don't give... Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel, and everyone will stop bullying.
Bend the knee,
That's
dude.
a great idea, dude. Yeah, no.
I mean, at least he's saying a lie about how you feel because he's in the wrong. So, like, maybe he understands he's wrong. It's just how he feels. That's just how I feel.
The rescue was an animal horde. I've been called a pedophile,
Whoa.
corporate plant, degenerate, narcissist, nepo baby, and many other
The corporate plant is a little based.
names. And they attacked all the accomplishments over my life, despite physical evidence to prove to the contrary. And they also went after every job I ever held, trying to say that I never worked them, or if I did.
They went after the job. Wait, which job? I've never heard you talk about what job you had before.
Work them that I never deserved them.
Yeah, probably not. You suck. Like this guy is incredibly underwhelming. Like, for real, this dude is so underwhelming. Everything about him is underwhelming. His ability to do any job is underwhelming. His ability to speak to people is underwhelming. His ability to play games is underwhelming. His attitude is underwhelming. There's nothing about this guy that is particularly good or interesting. Okay? So Pirate Software has the attitude of somebody who used to be the best video game player amongst his group of small friends and then went somewhere... Like, then moved to the city and realized people were much better than him, but maintained the fucking cocky dick fuck attitude. That's who Pirate Software is. He sucks, and he's fucking boring, and without his dad having ever worked at Blizzard, this guy would have peaked at GameStop. Okay? He literally puts on a fake voice all the time. Guys, I had puberty when I was 30 again. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's preposterous. I don't believe that. No way. Get out of here. Everything about this guy's fake. Everything. You're sitting here inflating your Twitch numbers. You're donating to your own stream. You're donating to your own stream so that you can inflate your numbers. That's booty. That's bootylicious. That's crazy.
So I'm going to be honest with you.
For
I hope
once?
that your initiative gets everything you asked for, but nothing you wanted.
Oh God! Oh, it's so poetic.
And I'll leave it there.
And then made a
Wow, so poetic, dude.
tweet clarifying initially that he was not responsible for killing the movement, showing a graph, and then that got community.
He's the dude from Grandma's Boy that the trench coat is fucking preposterous, dude. That's like a slur.
That he wasn't in the right. He also left his position at a game studio due to apparently people review bombing his games and the ones he worked on for the studio. But looking at the games on Steam that he did do for that studio, it sits at mostly positive. But yeah, some people did make some comments regarding the drama in the reviews, of which he did clarify in a later tweet that it was other platforms as well they were all being harassed on. But his own game has admittedly got a lot of negative reviews, but some are just pointing out what has been pointed out before. Like the promises that were broken from the update strategy and the release.
Like, listen, people shouldn't be review bombing, but it's like one of those things where this guy's like, unfortunately, this is what happens, and you can only really, sometimes you can only really like, deal with like, control your own actions. People shouldn't be review bombing or sending death threats, but I mean, dude, just because those people are acting crazy doesn't mean that we don't get to criticize this fucking crybaby little bitch.
State being pushed back constantly. However, despite not being able to say he was in the wrong, except for retracting the comments he made towards Scott, Pirate was unknowingly the mercy res this initiative needed. And I'll admit, it is a bit fucked up in a way, but it took him making himself into a villain to get this movement passed.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he couldn't have just said, hey, this is a good movement, guys. Guys, this is a good movement. Like, we should support this. That wouldn't have worked. He, of course, had to martyr himself. You know what I mean? No. He had to martyr himself. That's the only way that he could have made it work, guys. Okay?
There's nothing wrong with the game whatsoever. It functions completely normally, is highly performant. It is irrelevant to increase performance on a game that runs on a smart fridge.
So probably the last controversy, yes, we're almost there, shut the fuck up, this one is quite short, but this is involving his game, more specifically his way of coding it, as a majority of his short form content was game design and coding knowledge, and he talks quite frequently about his professional past, so you would assume his practical code would be able to match that. Just going to clarify, the only coding I've ever done is with Python on the PyCharm ID.
Oh yeah, I used to code my Python every day, dude, all the time. But they called him more of a worm.
And I would rather swallow.
Also, what's wrong with being a nepo baby? Wouldn't you appreciate the opportunity being given to you? I don't know why Pirate Software is anal about it. Well, listen, I could probably understand. It probably like sucks to be a nepo baby and understand to some degree that the only reason that you're successful is really because of nepotism. So I can understand like his frustrations around that. If that was the only issue with this guy, I wouldn't really care, but it's not the only issue. This guy's a fucking mega penis face. He's a fucking douchebag, you know what I mean? So But like I could understand, you know, being upset about that, I suppose, on like a human level.
Pickled cow testicles then go through the hell that is a singular line of code cooking me from running my program. Although, when it finally does work as intended, it is a state of euphoria comparable to having your G-spot professionally massaged.
I've never had that before, unironically. I'm too old for that stuff. I'm too old to have butt stuff done to me now. I could have done it when I was a little younger, but it's way too late, you know?
But what I'm trying to say is, I'm a complete dumbass when it comes to coding. But after the previous fiasco, not only were people focusing more closely to what Pirate said, they were now looking at his code as well. A YouTuber by the name of Coding Jesus...
Coding Jesus, dude? Did you guys hear that Coding Jesus mogged Pirate Software? It's fucking crazy.
But he made multiple videos looking at Pirate Software's code for...
Well, yeah, that's another thing, too, is that it seems like, at least from what I've seen, you know, is that like every Nepo baby that exists, they're just fundamentally incompetent. It just seems like it's like they're fucking Nepo babies, but like they it's not like they're like worth a damn outside of it. They fucking suck. You know, it's one thing to be a Nepo baby, but like, yeah, you know what? I got a huge leg up in life, and now I'm pretty cool. I you know what I mean? It's always that they're fucking dickheads. They suck.
Or his game Heartbound, and he had a lot to say about it. Specifically that Pirate's way of coding was not what you would expect from someone that has been coding for this long.
I recommend people actually download...
The only thing that it fucking triggers me, because I like this guy, he's really cool. It triggers me that he sounds like fucking Tim Pool.
These VODs before he takes them down, because honestly, if I was claiming I'm a game developer with 20 years of experience, this would be embarrassing to have online. Alarm 0, Alarm 1, Alarm 2. What is that? What are those alarms? Is it an alarm for person A, an alarm for whatever character, an alarm to do what? It's unexpressive, it's really spaghetti code in my opinion. This is also a complete mess for a couple of reasons. First of all, Thor is using the incorrect data types. This isn't even getting to some sort of advanced design or design pattern. It's showing a complete lack of understanding how to represent information in a program. As you can see here, I found the file that contains all these events, which are the association between a magic number and some state. It's very obvious that this can get very unwieldy extremely quickly. As you can see here, he has some number associated with 0, 1, or even 2, and then he needs to detail in a comment what that means. Now, imagine a developer accidentally puts 2 here, or 3. Finding, tracking, and solving that bug is really going to be a development nightmare. 1 equals 0, alarm 2 equals 0.
But guys, he can do it all by himself. Does he have a team, by the way? Do people work with him, or what does he do?
You don't need to copy and paste that code every single time. I'd expect an intern or somebody learning code in Khan Academy to copy and paste.
This one's just so funny to me, dude. This one's just so funny to me.
You can simply replace that all with a for loop.
And he also goes on to say that his way of coding has a...
We reacted to that. I called it, I almost feel stupid because I called that video Pirate Software's Legacy of Lies, which I thought was a great title. And the video's doing well, but I'm like, oh, it's so funny because I'm sitting with my wife, and I'm like, should I name it this? And she's like, why not? It's a great title. I was like, because what happens if I react to a video that does like a rundown of his life? What happens? What do I do now? You know? What the fuck do I name this video? Because this would be a great video to say that Pirate Software's Legacy of Lies. Now I have to come up with something better for this. Makes no, you know what I mean? Like, what do I do now? It's just, it's a tough one. It's just a tough one, man.
Accrued technical debt, which may be a primary reason why his game has taken so long to be made.
Now, the fact that Heartbound has taken over 8 years to development and is still in early access, despite the fact that the game took inspiration from Undertale, which took less time to make and provided more content, is a reflection of the fact that code quality is important. And it will say
Legacy of Cries. That's funny. The sequel. Just call it the sequel. Pirate Software Can't Code would have been a good thing to call the other video. Yeah, that would have been great. I could have done it really well with that. Thank you for reminding me of that. Unfortunate that I didn't do that. So what are you gonna do, huh?
Stifle your development.
Now, Pirate would respond to him, and he actually surprised me. He would promptly thank Code Jesus for his input and put that feedback into the game.
Okay, I know this guy's fucking trolling.
And even cleaned up a lot of his code to industry standard, and them two became best friends. That was a lie.
Okay.
He didn't take the criticism well, basically said he didn't know what he was talking about, specifically with Game Maker Studio.
My favorite was when they went through Pirate Software's thing, and there was like a, I forget exactly what it was, but basically that there was like a trail that would follow your character, like a cool fire trail, I guess, similar to the way like Illidan walks in World of Warcraft. And he did it in a way that made it like would fucking crash running at 60 FPS basically, like completely unnecessarily demanding on your fucking your computer.
The ID of sorts he was using, and in a later response painted the picture that Coding Jesus was just doing this to sell his course.
Dude, of course, everything is just malicious from everybody else but Pirate. He's actually a good guy. Because he's butt pirate.
This can help you? You mean the guy who's never used Game Maker Studio?
Hey, you mean the guy who's never used Game Maker Studio? Hey guys, did you notice that my voice is getting deeper every time I talk? Yeah, you mean the guy who's never used Game Maker Studio? Yeah, isn't that guys who's...
Dude, talk like a fucking normal human being. Drop the act. Stop being a fucking goober ass bitch. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You expect me to believe that that's authentic? Expect me to believe that's authentic? Oh, hey guys, I went and got voice box surgery. I had a ferret's voice box put in mine. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Nobody believes this.
Oh, doesn't know Game Maker language and talked a lot of shit but was wrong? Pretty funny. Seeing Jesus calling you out. I think he's striving to be relevant so he can...
yeah, I bet he's not even real Jesus. Got him.
Yeah.
You more $360 an hour training sessions.
Real king.
Now, Coding Jesus shot back saying he didn't know much about Game Maker, but as most programmers should when they start working with new things like repositories, which to be honest, most people barely do, is you look at the documentation of it. But Coding Jesus not know.
I mean, dude, it's a fucking, it helps you make games. It's like playing a fucking RPG or something. Like every RPG is fundamentally the same. There's just some differences. Like this idea that he wouldn't understand it is just ridiculous. What?
Knowing much about Game Maker was able to prove him wrong by doing this.
What's kind of embarrassing for him is...
Like I said before, it was like the difference between like two different 3D modeling softwares, like Blender and Maya. Like you understand the fundamentals well enough to like understand both programs, even if you don't use the program.
I have around 5 minutes...
If you know one of them, like you'll to some degree know both of them.
Of experience worth of Game Maker, and I was still able to correct him on the data types within the game in my recent response video by simply referencing the documentation. So that's an iconic statement from him right off the bat.
And he even made another video showing how poor the performance of his game was.
Raw sort of a gradient of light over it. So we're gonna see what happens when I run the project. We have kind of a gradient rectangle basically, but I don't know if you noticed something. We are getting less than 20 FPS. That code is running the collision check and the drawing the pixels 80,000 times.
And Pirate obviously responded...
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about before. Isn't that fucking crazy?
...by saying there's nothing wrong with his game. It can run on a smart fridge.
It is irrelevant to increase performance on a game that runs on a smart fridge.
Of which Coding Jesus then...
I guess as long as you're not using any of his features.
...proved that was wrong, as the game wasn't solely running on the fridge, it was piggybacking off a Raspberry Pi and a laptop. And basically none of the resources of the fridge was being used.
I'm so sorry. Hold on. Wait, what?
And Pirate obviously responded by saying there's nothing wrong with his game, it can run on a smart fridge.
It is irrelevant to increase performance on a game that runs on a smart fridge.
Of which Coding Jesus then proved that was wrong, as the game wasn't solely running on the fridge, it was piggybacking off a Raspberry Pi and a laptop.
That's fucking insane! That's insane. What's going on, Tom Fuller? What's going on, brother? Wait, that's fucking crazy. Because I've seen them talk about how it can run on a smart fridge. I know that a Raspberry Pi is basically like an emulator machine, or you could program it to be an emulator machine. I know enough about that. This motherfucker basically has a small computer inside of his fucking refrigerator. He's using the refrigerator as, in layman's terms, he's using his refrigerator as a screen. That's it. It's like he hooked up a fucking PlayStation into a fucking monitor, but instead he's using the refrigerator as a monitor. Dude, how many times can this guy get caught being inauthentic as fuck? This guy is so inauthentic. That's insane. Dude, there's no way. That's just like, it's just fucking ridiculous, because you really just comes to a head when you realize that this guy is so performative. What? It's just performative. Oh my god. This is such a performance piece. This guy's such a liar. Everything is a performance piece.
And basically none of the resources of the fridge was being used.
What do we notice here? We notice that the game is actually being run on a laptop and streamed to the fridge using a Raspberry Pi device.
But yeah, there's a lot more to this, but it's mainly just Coding Jesus saying his coding is bad and Pirate responding by not taking the criticism at all.
Hot dogs are gross, dude. Hot dogs are like the grossest food imaginable. They're
All right, dude, that's it. You're done. Get this guy. Guys, send him threat. No, I'm just kidding. But hot dogs are fucking delicious. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, you low test male?
You want to know why I don't like hot dogs?
So in conclusion, Pirates...
You guys want to know why I don't like hot dogs?
I don't know. I can't come up with something funny.
Oh, because I like hot ferrets.
There we go, dude. I got it. I got that one. Wasn't that bad. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Software is very much the punching bag of the internet right now. But in my opinion, although it is somewhat impressive that even when proven wrong sometimes, he still remains adamant he is right, he really did...
Guys, I have to be right. My dad worked at Blizzard.
...do it to himself. He has shown time and time again he cannot take criticism in any form, and instead responds by ignoring everything given to him, and he will bury his head in the sand, leave calls, say he's in the right, claim...
Am I just fighting dreams in this game?
He's the victim, deflect, double down, and never admit he was in the wrong, except for one occasion. And he's lost a lot of fans because of this. It's primarily down to his own ego, arrogance, and how he responds to those critiquing him, often fueling them. People will continue to give this attention, look back even further with his online presence, and troll him if he doesn't learn how to take criticism or admit when he was wrong. I think even a few days ago, someone found a clip from ages ago where he forgot his dad's birthday, and that's been doing rounds on the internet. And obviously these swatting, death
That's his own dad called him out? Really? Where's that?
threats and harassment that he has received is unwarranted. But I don't think we should forget some of the positive things Pirate has done as well. He has an animal sanctuary for ferrets which you can watch on Twitch.
Oh, dude. Guys, I don't know if you know this. Ferrets are very important. I don't give a fuck about his ferrets. And fuck every single person that got upset at me for fucking... Who gives a shit about these ugly little fucking furry snakes? I don't care. Oh, that's nice. He has ferret. He saves ferrets. Maybe. I don't even know if I believe it. This guy lies about everything else. How do you know he's not fucking... He's not just cooking them up and eating them later on? Well, you don't know the difference. They're just fucking... Oh, well, here's my black ferret. I named him Charles. What if it's the 7th black ferret that he has? I don't fucking know. Okay? Fuck ferrets.
He pushed people to make games and hosted game jams where he could give you pointers and publicity for your game.
It's not funny because he forgot his dad's birthday. It's because he argued with his dad and then remembered, and his dad had the wrong... Oh, I don't know what that... Well, you gotta... I don't know what the hell you're talking about, brother, but I love you.
He's educated people through his shorts. Still not gonna use that hotkey though. And this is supposed because it comes from his own mouth, but he provides a lot of benefits to some of his mods and staff, including dental, and he hinted at 401ks for them. And yes...
Alright, he gets... Bare minimum, guys. Good benefits for your staff? What the fuck?
He unknowingly...
Am I saying all black ferrets look the same to me? Yeah, dude, I am saying that. Okay, whatever. And please stop bringing your black ferrets to the movie theater. I'd probably overuse that joke. Chat, is Papa Gut cringe? The answer is no.
Fueled a movement that would help the consumers of games if fully realized. I'm curious to see that with the whole internet against Pirate, if he will eventually accept some form of criticism and admit when he is wrong. But I think for the near future, I predict he's going to have a terrible take or get something else wrong and act like everyone else is the problem. But I hold some hope he will...
I don't know, man. It kind of feels like he's cucked. It just feels like his reputation is probably dead forever. You know? And I don't think... I mean, not to be rude, but I'm gonna be, I guess. I don't think that this guy has the ability to ever do anything interesting enough to recover his shit, you know, credibility at this point. Like, I don't think that there's anything that will happen where it's gonna be like, oh, like, wow, that was profound. He deserves all of his, like, oh, wow. Because, like, nobody knew Pirate Software for being good at anything. He's not particularly good at anything. Like, I mean, I don't think so. You know, maybe I'm just a big ugly fuck. I don't know. I don't think that he's particularly good at anything. So, like, what the fuck could he possibly do that's gonna make people go like, oh shit? wow, like that. Wow, what an eye opener. He's really cool, you know.
Eventually learn to accept feedback. But probably the most important part of this video is that if he just said 2 words, my bad, in that WoW raid, none of this would have happened, and we wouldn't be seeing his.
Well, it wasn't a WoW raid, okay, you uneducated fuck. I'm just being a dick. But no, like he did. He fucking lied about it. He's still fucking full of shit.
Career unraveling right now. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Oh shit, that was fucking... What the hell's happening? I'm jerking this guy off? Alright, well, good video. Ended very abruptly. But good stuff.